glad that you're here with us. Not everyone understands why you like to wake up so early in the morning, but we do. Not everyone understands why your health is so important to you, but we do. Not everyone understands why a morning routine is your ingredient for success. We do. Not everyone understands why you want to be the best version of yourself who God created you to be. As the founder of BWC says, Glenn Lundy. But you know what? We understand you. This is Breakfast with Champions. Get to know us better at bwcdaily.com. The show's going to start soon. We're a community of working professionals, young adults, entrepreneurs, senior citizens, people who've been laid off, middle-aged dads, multimillionaires, fitness experts, realtors, busy moms, and car dealers. We are Breakfast with Champions, and we're so glad that you're here today. It's a brand new day. Go make an impact in the life of somebody else. Somebody out there needs you. And we're glad you're here. This is Breakfast with Champions. We're a community of winners. We're not perfect people, but we do want to win, and we do win. We're all about motivation. We're all about education. We're all about inspiration. And for sure, Hey, good morning, America, good morning, world. I hope you all are well. This is Ramon Ray. I am doing fantastically well. I had the privilege of waking up at 3 a.m. this morning in Dallas. No, is it Dallas? Yes, Dallas, Texas. And I am doing fantastically well. And thank you, Dolan, for being an amazing camera person, production person. Christina Howard's in the house. You're welcome to go live whenever you're ready. Christina, if Dolan thinks you're ready. But I'm glad you all are here. We're going to have a great day today. We are live across a variety of platforms. Thank you all for joining me and being here today. Without you, there would be no Breakfast with Champions show. So good morning to Mary Lynn. Good morning to Pastor Jeff. Good morning to those who are joining us on Twitter Spaces. And of course, our amazing loyal audience who's here on the Clubhouse side. Glad you're here. Pastor Jeff, I see you there. Dora Maria as well. I think Dora Maria is in Hawaii, I think, or Jamaica. Not sure where Dora Maria is. That was a joke. She's here with me. Not in the room, but like in Dallas, the Business Champions Conference. Kim Walsh Phillips is here, getting ready to do her segment in about 6:30 or so. She slayed yesterday. And more. Let me continue here. I'm going to put some brands up here real quick here. Let's put some BWC branding up here. We go. Boop. There we go. Yeah. So, and good morning, Mary Lynn. It's your stars. Tina, good morning to see you. And like you brought a whole busload of people yesterday to the Champions Business Conference. Good morning, Melvin. Good morning, Fiona. Good morning, Mary Kim Farkas. Good morning, the amazing Felicia. Bella's in the house. And we have Charlika. We have Dennis and so many others who are joining us in the audience. We're glad you're here today. This is the Breakfast with Champions show. Again, live streaming on a variety of platforms. And we are doing fantastically awesome. So we're glad you're here today. And again, I'm Ramon Ray, hearing me through your segment, through your stream. And good morning, Dora Maria, chatting here in the YouTube side. Good morning, Miss Hattie. Glad you're here as well. Always good to have you here chatting in. And I hope your day as well. Feel free again to join us on the YouTube side to watch live video. We have coming up today an amazing group of people. Of course, we have Glenn Lundy doing his 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. show. And you can see him on his native Facebook side. We'll be live streaming it right through here on this platform. We have Dr. Tanjie Brewer coming up at 8 a.m., all about fitness and passion. We got Scott Simons coming up at 8:30. His segments are always absolutely amazing. And of course, Kim Walsh Phillips talking about all the things of how you can live the life you want. Don't have to stress and strive so hard to do it. Coming up at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my name again is Ramon Ray. If you were going to ask me, Ramon, did you get your cup of Cafe Bustelo today? The answer is a resounding no, because I'm sitting in this hotel room at 3 a.m. and nobody brought me coffee at 3 a.m., which I fully understand. And Christina, do look in that StreamYard chat. But my day is going great. My day is going fantastic. And we have a segment we're going to do today. Going to recap what we heard at the Champions Business Conference yesterday. We're going to do that. for the next few minutes. And then when Glenn Lundy comes on, we will restream him there. But I hope you're well. I hope you're doing great. I'm going to take a pause a minute. Again, I know, by the way, this is the last day. We'll be doing live video like this. We're going to get back to that engaging chat on Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. We will still be doing video, but it will not be quite like this. As I said to others, we feel we're fitting video, a square peg into a round hole, when we do it like this, because you miss that dynamic engagement. Good morning, Mary Kim on the YouTube side. Good morning, Nicole Settles on the YouTube side. Glad you all are here. And good morning, Christina Howard. Christina Howard, curious, Christina, what time is it where you are, Christina? Where are you and what time is it where you are?
Oh my God. Good morning, everybody. Ramon, it is 4:04 a.m. in the morning here in Dallas, Texas. 4:04, yes.
Yes, I see. Yes, Christina and I and Kim Walsh and Dora Maria and many others at the Dallas Champions Conference. Christina, what was the takeaway for you today? I know you got to run soon, but what was it like for you yesterday? Just not even a takeaway, like high level, like detailed notes, but just what was it like? It was the first Champions Business Conference like that that we'd done in a while. Of course, we had a Breakfast Champions Conference a year or two ago in New York, but this is the first one like that. What was it like for you, Christina?
Ramon, it was amazing. It was an amazing first day of the event. Kim Walsh Phillips, closed it down really strong. But you know what? When we started out the studio session, oh my God, I could not believe the level of excellence that studio has, right? I initially was not going to go over because I was in the other area setting up and getting ready for you all to come over. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go peek in. And I came over and peeked in just in time before they closed the door. And it was amazing. It was amazing seeing everybody, all the BWC members sitting in the back. And it was amazing seeing you and Trevor and the others on the stage getting ready to go live. And it was amazing. And I had a chance to actually tour the studio on the way out. One of the workers, was taking us, through back to the door and giving us a tour. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And what really, got me, what really made me happy was when everybody came over and we were in the networking area right there in the front. And it was one point where I was just looking around and looking at everybody, just networking and talking and taking pictures. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it was just, everybody was so happy. And I was happy, you're happy, Trevor's happy. And it was just a great thing to see. Amazing event yesterday. All the speakers were excellent. And you know what? I can't wait till today. And we have another round of excellent speakers coming up today. And I just cannot wait. So if you are on here and if you're listening, if you're here in Dallas, make sure you come back with your notepad, your ink pens, however you're going to take notes, because it's going to be another day of fire. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
No, Christina, thank you. And it was so much. I think that it was my understanding that the happiness police came by, their sirens came down because they were like, they had their water, they had their party poppers out, and they were like, wait a minute, there's so much happiness happening. Somebody called HAPPY. And anyways, that was a stupidly corny joke, Christina. That was not even a dad joke, Christina. That was like I don't know what's below a dad joke. It just went totally, it just was absolutely corny. But Christina, you're right. People were happy. The networking, I think I like that as well. Let's see here. Listen, I always want to engage the Clubhouse audience. I know because we're doing live video, it's been a lot more quieter because it's video, so people aren't engaging in the same way. But let's see what happens. Anybody on the Clubhouse side want to unmute, join in, and just say hello, say good morning before we continue. If not, it's no problem. Me and Christina, or even Ramon alone, I can carry a whole show. Trust me on that. But Clubhouse side, want to unmic, say your name, and just say good morning or whatever you like. Celebrate. Say good morning. Say why you're happy to be alive. Or if you were here at the conference, doesn't have to be at anything you want. I would just love to hear your voice through these cheap Walmart headphones. Let's go. Clubhouse side. Anybody want to say hello?
Good morning, Ramon and Christina. Look at here. It has been a super fantastic week. I want to say congratulations to all of the BWC Daily team who have done a phenomenal job. It has been great seeing you on the live, and as we prepare for our TV show. This has been a great experience. And to all of the team that's out in Dallas, I want to say, I wish I could be there. And Ramon, I'll help you with your bad joke. Look, you didn't call Pastor Jeff to bring his ambulance to come get all of those folks who were exhausted with joy and happiness. I'm going to pass the mic in case somebody else wants to say something to you. But good morning, good morning, good morning. And know that we love you. Have a super fantastic day. And I want to tell Christina and Ramon that if nobody told you today, I want to be the first to tell you. You have an absolutely beautiful smile, even if you do bite your lips.
Love it. Thank you, Pastor Jeff. On the Clubhouse side, who else wants to jump in? On the Clubhouse side, then I'll get the Twitter Spaces in a minute in case anybody's here. I heard good morning. Say your name. Who is that?
My name is Charlene. Good morning,
Charlene.
Good morning, everybody.
Mike is yours.
It's so nice to join you from the UK. And you guys' happiness and joy is feeding my soul. And I'm so thankful. I am filled with warmth and gratitude. And I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Oh, Charlene, we are so glad you're here. So glad you're here indeed. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Charlene, tell us a bit more about yourself and what you do. And thanks for being here. Talk to us a little bit more.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I help people to really uncover the power in their speaking voice. It's really fascinating listening to you all speak because I'm a reader of vocal energy, which means that if you were speaking to me about your favorite color, I can hear past life events, I can hear characteristics, I can hear belief systems, and it helps me to help you understand the blockages to really speaking with confidence and power to create the life that you want. So I'm a public speaking expert, communications expert, and I think that your voice has been given to you by God to help you create the life that you want. And so it's my job, my purpose to really support people in being not just somebody on stage on Clubhouse, doing it because it's just the thing to do or it's a necessary evil, but to be able to be in your body and relaxed and safe and having so much fun whilst you speak publicly. So that's what I do. Handing over to you.
I love that, Charlene. Thank you so much for being here. So appreciate you. Anybody else on the Clubhouse side want to jump in and say good morning? And if not, it's okay. But anybody else want to grab the mic?
It's Bella, Ramon.
Bella, the mic is yours. Go.
I just want to take this public opportunity to you, Ramon, to say thank you. Because I know in my heart that you represent Glenn Lundy, but you represent us as well. And Glenn Lundy is us, right, Ramon? I just chatted over to Facebook to see you live because I have my own YouTube channel and I'm here standing in the gap, Ramon. We all need to follow and we all need to see you. But what I love, Ramon, about you is the opportunity, right, Ramon, to give people, if they want to go on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube or whatever. I just love change because I'm a change agent. So let's go, Ramon. Let's go.
Bella, I appreciate you being here. Indeed, we all represent positivity, motivation, education, inspiration for sure. That is the flag that I wave. Bella, thanks for being here. And Bella, you mentioned Twitter, Facebook, and other things. But Bella, would you join us also in doing this via fax machine? We're thinking of broadcasting via fax machine. What do you think about that, Bella? Fax machine, video to fax machine.
Ramon, you know me. We ain't here to play no games. I'll go wherever you go, Ramon. Back to you.
Let's go. Bella on the fax machine. Let's go. Pastor Jeff on live stream. Christina, what do you think about that? We've heard from Bella. We've heard from Charlene. I think it's been an amazing morning. What do you think, Christine?
It has been an absolute fantastic morning so far, Ramon. So great hearing from the BWC members. Looking forward to hearing from more members. I would love to hear from the members that are at the conference, though. So if members at the conference, if you're here, we would love to know how your first day of the conference went. So we want you to chime in. So yeah, thank you for chiming in. I'm Pastor Jeff, Bella, and I can't remember the other person's name.
There's somebody right now.
Yes. Hey, it's Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hi.
Good morning. I heard that treadmill. Let's go. Go ahead, Kim.
Let's go. I just wanted to add 2 points. One is I run virtual events. And so I get people from around the world. And I can't tell you how often I get somebody from another place who tells me they can't attend because of the time of day. It's not a convenient time of day. And then I know that that's just an excuse because we have a room full of people right now that this time is not convenient for. Ramon, you got up at 3 a.m. to set this up.
Yes, ma'am.
That was commitment over convenience. And so I think that is just such a great example of what we can accomplish when we make a decision to go all in. And I want to thank Ramon and Christina and Trevor. It's been an amazing conference, an incredible opportunity to connect with people, and I can't wait for day 2. If you're anywhere near here, you should be buying a ticket right now and joining us for the second day. It's going to be incredible.
Hearing it from KWP herself, Kim Walsh Phillips. Thank you, Queen, for being here. Thanks for saying that again. That is bwcdaily.com, bwcdaily.com/Dallas23. And thank you, Angeline. Got to see the Sparkle Lady herself as well. So good to have you here, Angeline. I'm going to dive into a few quick tips, Christina, and you're welcome to stay and join me. Stay on video if you like. You can work with Delon, whatever you want to do. But then give me 10 minutes and then join me again. But you can stay here, Christina, or not. But either way, I love having you here. Can we give a round of applause to Christina Howard? Stand up. No, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Yep. Stand. No, stand on the left. Stand up, everybody. Yep. Stand up. Yes. I see you. Yes. You too. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. In the back, up there in the rafters. Stand. Yes. Let's do a quick, guys. We're going to do a quick wave. We're going to do a quick wave in honor of Christina Howard. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Wave. Woo. Yeah. Stand. Come on. Wave. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, I'm tired, Christina. Did you feel that? There was 4,000 people doing the wave.
I felt it. Look, KWP. Look, we are waving. Look, KWP had us waving. I felt the wave. Yes, thank you for that wave. And we need to get from Ramon Ray. Yes.
She had people on it. Christina Howard, thank you for being such a part of this event. We talk about Trevor Houston as well, and it's been a great partnership. Again, I've already talked about that lesson learned. We got about 15 more minutes before Glenn Lundy comes on, but the point is, and again, thank you on the Clubhouse side, Bella, and so many others for being here. But I think you're right. And it's just Trevor Houston does a great job. Christina Howard, you've been jumping all in on this, bringing your Althea, who's been an amazing support. So Christina Howard, thank you. A few things I'm just going to share real quick here that I got from this. I didn't take full notes, but you're welcome to jump in. But is that one, just to talk about Adam Smith. Adam Smith, U.S. Military veteran, as Christina Howard is, and several other people there. We had a lot of veterans there yesterday. I felt very safe and secure, and he's a Special Forces warrior. He talked about, as he always does, not letting perfection stopping you from going forward. Not doing that, not letting it stopping you from going forward. He talked about the target. Are you able to continue to hit the target? What is your goal? In fact, in a side way, Kim Walsh Phillips asked me that question. We were having a side chat yesterday. She said, "What do you want?" And I had not difficulty answering it, but I wasn't prepared to answer it at the time. He talked about what are true leadership. True leaders, and I do my best to do this on my team here, is get themselves out of a job. When I started this StreamYard, Dolan is here managing a team of 2 other people, Josiah and Sonia, working together. I haven't been doing very much the last 2 days, but the ship is still going. So that's leadership, letting others do something. And then where it gets really cool, people, listen here on this, is where the others that you've trained, they can train other people and have them do it as well. Another thing about true leadership is the aspect of leveling others. And I'm telling all of you small business owners, and I am one, those of you especially below $1 million in revenue, and again, below $1 million, what does that mean? 200,000, 500,000, 900,000. Point is, smaller business, even $500,000 or less. Here's one hack, one tip for you. Get that person. Stars Tina has Renee and others. We have team members. Kim Walsh Phillips had Kelly here, who's supporting her in a variety of ways. And that probably, that's a little different example, but point is she had a support person. Point I'm getting at is this. Get that person on your team who can help run your business, run some of the day-to-day things. That's where things get much easier for you. I can be at this conference for hours, and I was looking at my WhatsApp that Dolan, Sonia, and Josiah were in. Stuff was still happening. Thumbnails, blogs, articles, snippets. The ship was still running. Dr. Fred Jones, good morning. We can put up his comment there, Dolan, as well, if you wish. Good to see you here, Dr. Fred Jones. Glad you're here, brother. Thanks for being here. So the ship can still run. So that's one thing that we heard from Adam Smith, valued member of the Breakfast with Champions community, who drove 14 hours from somewhere 14 hours away to be here. Second thing, we heard from the amazing David Hill, who slayed it with a sales and marketing tip. Absolutely amazing. David Hill talking about sales training, talking about follow-up, talking about handling objections. David Hill did a fantastic job talking about all thing sales, cold calling, not being dejected, knowing what to say. How do you answer? Oh, and the one thing he said was always say yes. Always affirm, always agree. Always agree with the person. Doesn't mean you have to, meaning agree with them, but don't reject what they're saying, right, Christina? So, so I'm going to sell Christina. Christina, I want you to be that gnarly customer. I want you to be that totally customer who's everything I say. So, ring, ring. So I'm calling you now, Christina. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hey, it's a beautiful day, isn't it, miss? How are you?
I'm okay.
I hear you. Okay, great. So, listen, are you interested maybe in having us clean your carpets?
No, my carpet is good. My carpet is outstanding right now. I'm good.
Wonderful, because you do an amazing job. You're probably just such an amazing homeowner, so that's wonderful. Listen, Coca-Cola's a great product, right?
I don't drink soda. No, I don't drink soda. No.
I hear you. I feel you. Yeah, that's good. You're wonderful. So this was a totally bombed example, Christina. But what I'm trying to do is show the phone's over now. We're done. Click. But what I'm trying to show, Christina, David Hill taught us is tip one of sales is don't go in where I'm saying, Christina, you need to drink soda, or you need to, whatever it is. My point is I'm riding her all on her, where it's that, and not in a fake way, but that affirmation. Don't be antagonistic. Does that make sense what I'm trying to express, Christina, at 3 a.m. wake up time? Talk to me about that if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that he said, when we call people, and a lot of times that they are like really rude on the phone. Like we get rude responses, and that was going to be my next thing. I was going to be like, really rude to you, and hang up the phone. But we get that, and he gave several examples of that yesterday when he called, but he had the wrong message first. He had the wrong script first. But when he changed his script to a more positive script, because that first script that he had pretty much was, telling people you got the wrong person. You have the wrong person. So they were taking it that way, and in return, they were being rude. And so when he switched that up, when he switched the script up, then he started getting positive responses. David Hill was hilarious yesterday. Also, he had a lot of humor in his speech as well, not speech, but in his segment as well. And I don't really experience that with David Hill on the Clubhouse side. And so it was really good experiencing that yesterday. I mean, he was funny, yes. Lots of humor. But yeah, great. David Hill did excellent yesterday, and I really enjoyed his segment. Yes.
No, he was good indeed. And guess what, Christina? How Liza Borges is in the room. I know she comes on and listens to Glenn Lundy. Liza, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but Liza, since you're here, and Marvin, I want to tap into you. We got 9 minutes to go. But Liza, since you're here, don't know if you're hearing, but by faith you're hearing me. I want to play a CMA commercial because we can. And so, Liza, I think it's so fun that as we do this live video, we have our first commercial that we're able to play, Liza, as well. And thanks to you and Scott and your team providing it. But Liza, check this out. Liza Leeds is the president is the owner of CMA, about 110-year-old or 100-old or 97-year-old company. So Liza, check this out.
At CMA's Valley Subaru, we believe communities thrive when its businesses provide an uncommon level of care. That's why we proudly participate in community events like the annual bike drive, Cars and Cans, Adopt a Classroom, and Fuel the fight against childhood cancer. Because as a company of owners, we're more than just a dealership. We're part of the community. CMA's Valley Subaru. Owners just care more.
So I'm pretty freaking proud of that. Liza, did you hear that? If not, if you're exercising, working out, can't get to a mic, don't even run anywhere and try to unmic. Okay, hey, Liza.
Hey, Ramon. Good morning. I'm actually heading into my workout in about 2 minutes. Wonderful. So I'm so grateful that you're highlighting us, and we have been honored to be a part of Breakfast with Champions since the beginning. It is the highlight of my day.
I love it. Well, Liza, thanks for being here. Go get that workout. I'm working out here sitting in a chair in my hotel room. So that's what kind of workout I'm doing. Liza, thanks for being here. Marvin, you heard this aspect. Hey, Angeline, and hey, Renee, good morning. And the other Renee and Charlene and Felicia and others. The room is filling up. Amanda's here, Tanya. And of course, those in the audience, thank you, Charlika, for being here. Arpit, you're always consistently here, Arpit. Thanks for being here. Sheris and Peter and so many others. And Tony with the keys. I'm not sure if you're here, but thank you. And William, good morning. But Marvin, can you flash your mic if you're available for 2 minutes? If you're available, and if not, if you're with your kids. Good. Marvin, what did you think about that sales objection thing? I know you're into sales and strategy and marketing, but I just thought of you and David Hill talked about kind of agreeing with the customer. Not that you have to agree with what they say literally, but you affirm. You're not being antagonistic. Marvin, for some reason, I just thought of you. Anything you want to say on that point?
Yes, it's a great point actually. And just before I dive into that, I want to just give you your flow, because I know what it takes to run an event. I know what it takes to be up speaking and sort of deliver great content, and I know for sure being behind the sort of planning of the event, and also at the same time organizing the sort of shift with the content and programming of Breakfast with Champions. You must be absolutely exhausted. So
the answer is yes, I am.
So
but
the
thank
energy
you. I received that, brother.
and
thank
you wouldn't tell from the energy that you have right now as you're speaking. So I just wanted to highlight that, and just to say, job well done, keep going, and I commend you on your energy levels, man, because it takes a lot to actually do this at the level that you're doing it. So,
and Marvin, I'll just tell you one more thing. I slept in a certain way, so to make sure I could wake up at 3 a.m., Marvin, I was so afraid I'd miss my alarm, because I have a certain, like we all do, right? If I get less than 4 hours sleep, like 2 or 3, I may miss my alarm. So it was cool. I said, great. Then I had the covers kind of off my shoulder so I could be slightly 2% uncomfortable. And I was saying, Lord, please wake me up. But Marvin, go ahead. And thanks for that.
Yeah, no, and I know I've done that myself. And when you actually do that, you actually don't get great sleep.
Right.
You spend the time worrying about actually waking up. So I absolutely resonate with that for sure. One thing I'll just to chime into your question, because I want to make sure we still sort of stay on topic. I love what I love that little sort of role play, because and to try and keep the answer as concise as possible. There are different things, like, so my jam is sales, marketing, branding, all that kind of stuff, strategy, road mapping. But there are different types of sales training that you can do. That you've got the challenger sale, you've got the Miller-Hyman methodology, but it doesn't matter what method you're using. It's all about understanding the person that you're speaking to and what you feel will resonate with them. So first and foremost, before anything, you kind of have to listen, and there are clues in the process of listening to the person's challenges and how they articulate their challenges and how they articulate their pain points that will help you formulate your response. So it's not just about being agreeable, it's about understanding and reading between the lines as to what that person actually needs, and what they will be giving you the answers as to what they want you to tell them if you really listen to what they're saying. So I just wanted to throw that into the conversation. Hopefully that helps. And I'll pass the mic back to you, Ramon.
Hey, Marvin, no, it does help. And one other thing I'll add here, again, we have Glenn Lundy coming up with the Rise and Grind show in 4 minutes or so. Again, we're live streaming on Twitter Spaces as we start to use that platform. We're live streaming and definitely on Clubhouse, original platform when we're live on video as well, youtube.com/@BWCDaily. But Marvin, yes, he gave the example of snow. Christina probably remembers that, again, he was trying to sell a house, or the example of selling a house. And then he said something about, he kept, David asking questions. And the wife blurted out, it snows here a lot, and I don't want my husband to be shoveling the snow. And the guy got upset, angry. And David said, that's why you're selling the house. Not to them, but he said, that's the reason. And then as he followed up with them he could use that in the conversation and say, hey, here's a house that's in warm weather, no snow, as he integrated. Marvin, does that make sense? Is that kind of along the line of what you're saying?
Absolutely. If you listen and read between the lines, there will always be clues in there, for sure. Absolutely.
Marvin, listen, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a valued part of this community. And I'm glad you're here. We got 3 more minutes, give or take, before Glenn Lundy comes up, and he will be here in Dallas at the Champions Business Conference, co-hosted by me and Trevor Houston. And guess what? I'll just let the cat out of the bag. Trevor Houston and I and Christina, we chatted in not back chat, but on the side, and thinking about, should we do another event in the fall coming up? And we like this format. I've done events for many, many years, and having almost 100 people sign up for this conference, I think we can, it's not about the numbers per se, but numbers are nice. And I can see us doing another conference sometime in the fall or next year. So get ready to hear that. Trevor Houston, Ramon Ray with Christina, if she doesn't mind joining, 2 crazy guys, doing other events and serving. And not only the Breakfast with Champions community, business overall. We heard from a guy, right, Christina? I'll give you a space to answer on this. Brian, who said he found us kind of randomly. Touch on that. We got 2 minutes, Christina, but do touch on that aspect of Brian saying, I scrolled through and wanted to see what events to attend, and I saw the copy. I was so proud of myself for the website. He said, I saw the copy and I saw the website, and I wanted to come. Talk about that, Christina. If you were
I think I walked in as he was talking, so I kind of missed the beginning. But I did hear him say that he was scrolling and he saw it. And then I think you asked him what made him choose this event.
That's right.
And he said he looked at the people, and he said some other things too, but he said he looked at some people, and there was one guy that was in the conference that he knew, but I don't think that he knew him, but they hadn't like talked in a while or something. And so, but he attended the conference, and he said he liked the website. I think he said he liked the website and the layout and the content, and he decided to come in. And he was looking like he was having a fantastic time yesterday. And so I think it was him and Mark, Trevor, a coworker, and myself, and it was a few of us out in the lobby talking, and he was having an amazing time. And look, if anybody's out there, if you're wondering, what we're doing here, we're changing lives. I mean, this guy didn't know us at all, but he was scrolling, and nobody in the conference. He knew one person in the conference, but he didn't attend because that one person attended. He attended because of what Ramon had on the website. So content, I want to highlight the content area. Content is important. Ramon is always like drilling that into us about content and how we display content. And so this is an example of what he has been drilling into us. This guy came with us this event because of what he saw online, what Ramon placed online, the wording. He mentioned wording, I believe, the verbiage. And so very important. So that stuck out to me. One of the things that stuck out to me is when he mentioned, the verbiage, the wording, how you had everything laid out online. So that was great. I enjoyed that.
Christina Howard, thank you so much. Glenn Lundy, I know you're on Twitter right now. Can you hear us okay? You ready to go? How you doing, brother? Good morning.
Yo.
How you feeling, Glenn?
Yo. Why is it so dang early out here, Ramon?
Yeah, I was talking to the officials about that. Congress said they may make the time different next year just for Glenn Lundy, 800%. Mr.
Come on, brother. I think they should do that, right? Like, we should just stay consistent, 5:30 Eastern time across the United States of America. Then it wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter what time zone we're in. We'd be able to rock and roll same time. I would greatly appreciate it. Ramon, I know you know people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know you got fired from the Hill and all that.
And I was on Congress.
But I know you know people, Dow. You know people.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
So,
I'll work on that.
Hey, so the event was fire yesterday?
Glenn, literally, some people were crying in the hallway. Yeah. Adam Smith slayed it. David Hill slayed it. Trevor Houston's a great host. Go ahead, Christina. Tell Glenn. I know he has a show to do, but tell him.
I can't go too deep because I got to go.
Okay, go.
But we can talk about it a little bit more after.
Absolutely. That's right. You have a live Rise and Grind show, right? You have a show to run, correct?
Yeah, I've got a show. I'm going to go live on Facebook and YouTube, maybe. It depends on as long as this awesome, amazing, beautiful suite that I have in this hotel here in Dallas can manage the Wi-Fi. I'm going to go live on Facebook. I'm going to go live on YouTube with today's episode of # Rise and Grind. Then after the show, I'll come back here and we can chit chat right here in Twitter Spaces. Is that fair?
Let's do it. Tweety. Let's go.
Tweet. All right, I'm gonna go live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
And of course, everybody, we will carry Rise and Grind right here on this show. So stay tuned. As soon as we hear Glenn's Facebook feed going, we'll carry it here where you can see him natively. I think he's live now. Here we go. Yes.
Weird in my headphones. How can I turn that down? There we go. Okay. Hey, last thing you want to do this time in the morning, sit there and listen to yourself. Trust me. All right. So check it out. Hey, coming to you live Obviously, I'm in a different environment. I'll talk to you about that here shortly. You're not supposed to start lives with, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Because people that are watching the video later are like, bro, no, you're not live. So quick tip from a pro, don't do what I just did. It's just, you have no idea, man. And with 1,179 episodes of this amazing show, I haven't, usually when I'm in hotels, I'm just like, I'm on edge, right? I'm anticipating something's going to happen because it normally does. But today, it looks like everything's running smooth. So listen, we're in a series called Atomic Habits. We're going to dive into that a little bit. I have a surprise guest that I think you're going to be super happy to see. She's going to make a quick little stop in here in a little bit. For those of you that have been around for a while, you know her, and my guess is you'll be grateful to see her today. We're also going to talk about this guy right here. We're going to talk about these guns right here. Not in an ego way. You'll understand if you stick around. All right? All that and more on today's episode of #Rise and Grind. I'm glad you're here. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind, the #1 morning show in the world filled with motivation, education, and inspiration. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Club, the club designed to help you unlock your full potential. Each episode is filled with celebrity interviews, inspiring conversations, and the strategies you need to get ahead in your career and your life. So grab your pen and turn up the volume because it's time to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is, what is today? Today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, April 14th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible, and I do mean incredible day. I'm super excited about today. I'm coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. That's right, the great state of Texas, the great city of Dallas. I really do love this city. If you have not been to Dallas, Texas, you've got to you got to figure it out, man. You got to figure out how you can make your way to Dallas, Texas. It's just an absolutely incredible, incredible place. The energy here is always fantastic. It's a growing city. It's a lot of people are moving here from different places. There's a lot of events going on here. There's a lot of amazing people that live here, like for real. Dallas, Texas is absolutely phenomenal. And I am out here for the Breakfast with Champions business conference that kicked off yesterday. And the one that we've been talking about, the one that we've been talking about for months and months and months. And now those of you that were like, nah, I think I'm going to pass on that one. Now it's FOMO time. Okay. I know I'm just telling you. It's FOMO time. You're going to see the pictures. You're going to see the stories. You're going to see the reels. You're going to see the people hugging and high-fiving and clapping and cheering. You're going to see the transformations. You're going to see the tears. You're going to see the experiences. And look, some of y'all are like, well, that's so mean, man. Why is he picking on me? I couldn't be. Hey, look, man. Look. I'm just saying. My name is Glenn, and I'm your friend. And I've been telling you for months you should have been here. So I don't want to hear it. No more pity parties. No pity parties. You should have figured it out. Crawled, walked, however you had to get here. Jog, put yourself in a grocery cart. I don't care. You should have made your way to Dallas. But I'm here. Apparently yesterday was amazing. I'm like beat that I didn't make it yesterday. I am devastated that I missed some of yesterday, but I'm super excited for what it's going to look like today because I know it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So here we are in Dallas, Friday, April 14th, 2023. Breakfast with Champions Business Conference. I'm excited. And this week, here on hashtag Rise and Grind, as we've been leading into this incredible event, we've been talking about a book and the principles from Atomic Habits. Right? Atomic Habits. It's a book by James Clear. And at the very beginning of the week, I said this to you. I said, get it, read it, execute on it. Right? Get it, read it, and then execute it in your life. Hopefully, you've done that in one way, shape, or form. Hopefully, whether you got the book or whether you got the Audible, I don't know. How you consume your content is your business. But for real, you need to get it. You need to read it. You need to execute on it. What's powerful is I was thinking of the correlation, the timing of these things is always amazing. I was thinking, here we are in Dallas at the Breakfast with Champions event. The Breakfast with Champions event is a direct result of the principles that are taught in Atomic Habits. See, in Atomic Habits, it talks about how if we do little tiny things each day, then over time, it will become a big thing. Small things over time become a big thing. Small decisions made daily, right, ultimately can impact and create transformation. The way I say it is consistent, discipline, compounded daily equals transformation. We started showing up on an app called Clubhouse at 5 o'clock in the morning. That was a tiny little decision, just a decision to show up, 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 decision to show up. And we expanded on it, and we evolved it, and we brought in different hosts, and we did different things, and so on and so forth. And fast forward, that tiny decision now compounded 2.5 years later, and you've got 100+ people in Dallas, Texas, connected, networking, doing business together, developing relationships together. It is the physical, what's the word I'm looking for? The physical, I can't think of the exact word, but manifestation. That's the word I'm looking for. This event in Dallas, Texas is the physical manifestation of tiny decisions compounded daily. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely incredible. So listen, I need you to get the book. I need you to read the book. I need you to execute on the principles in the book. If there is any skill that you want to learn, any skill whatsoever, if there's a skill that you want to learn, or if there is a target that you want to hit, any target, any goal, right? Any of that. If there's a target you want to hit or a skill that you want to learn, anything, dude, Atomic Habits is the key. Listen, anything in life can be achieved with daily action compounded over time. I'm going to say that one more time. Anything, literally anything can be achieved with daily action compounded over time. Anything at all. For example, right now, I'm going to give you an example. Right now, it is 4:42 a.m. What's up, Eric Kibler? Great to see you, man. It's 4:42 a.m. in Dallas, Texas, where I currently am. Now, I arrived last night around, I guess it was around 11 midnight Eastern time. Yeah, midnight Eastern time, 11 here. So I arrived, set up the studio, unpacked, still needed to eat because I hadn't eaten all day yesterday. And I normally sleep 4 hours and 20 minutes a night. That's my normal sleep cycles, right? I'll do 2 sleep cycles, 2 hours and 10 minutes of each sleep cycle is 4 hours and 20 minutes. Well, by the time I got to the hotel room and got settled, I didn't have a window to be able to sleep 4 hours and 20 minutes because I had to get up. I get to get up at 2:50 a.m. and do this show.
So last night I actually stayed up after I got all settled. I stayed up for an extra hour. Guilty pleasure, Yellow Jackets, Showtime, OMG. So I stayed up an extra hour, went to bed, and slept 2 hours and 10 minutes to get up at 2:50 a.m. so that I can do my gratitude, so I can do my goals, so I can do all the things that I need to do for my mind and my spirit, and then write this show and come in here and be the most energetic person in the room. So all that to say, right now, I'm rocking on 2 hours and 10 minutes of sleep, and I'm ready to freaking rock and roll. How many hours of sleep did you get? I don't know. How do you feel? I don't know. I hope you feel freaking amazing. But see, you can achieve anything, literally anything at all, if you daily take action to become an expert in that thing. I am able to rock on 2 hours and 10 minutes of sleep because I have trained on sleep cycles for over a decade. I've literally become a master of sleep. Dude, I'm telling you, this works with anything that you want to become a master of, any talent, any skill, any goal, any target, anything at all. This stuff works. Consistent, discipline, compounded daily equals transformation. You know, the other day I was listening to, it was on Grant Cardone's page or Jesse Itzler's page, one of them. And Jesse Itzler said something really phenomenal. He said, Jesse Itzler said, if you take anything at all, any skill, any talent, anything at all, and you do it for 18 minutes a day for 1 year, 18 minutes a day for 1 year, you will be better than 95% of the world, 8 billion people. You will be better than 95% of the world in that one thing, whatever it is. 18 minutes a day, it equates to 100 hours, I think is what he said. 100, yeah, 18 minutes a day, 100, it equates to 100 days out of that. I don't know what it equates to over time. You guys have to do the math. I can't do that this morning. But 18 minutes a day for 12 months, and you will be better than 95% of the world at whatever that thing is that you decided to give 18 minutes a day. Now, if you're more skilled than 95% of the world at anything, no matter what it is, guess what that means for you? More skilled, more moolah, period. Right? The more skill. If you're in the top 5%, you're going to get paid. If you're the top 5% of training and coaching, you're going to get paid more money than the other 95%. If you're in the top 5% of speaking, if you're a top 5 speaker in the world, you're going to get paid way more than the other 95% of the world. 18 minutes a day of anything, you'll be better than 95% of the world. I'm trying to teach this to my son right now. I'm like, son, 18 minutes a day of soccer. That's it. Like, the rest is bonus. Give yourself 18 minutes a day of soccer. You'll be better than 95% of the world. If he's better than 95% of the world in soccer, there's a shot that he can continue to play this game that he dreams for the rest of his life, right? For the rest of his life. So listen, 18 minutes a day. And it's not just about more money, right? Again, that's a measurable, right? But 18 minutes a day and you can have a stronger relationship with God. $18 minutes a day and you can have a stronger relationship with your spouse or with your children. Not just 18 minutes a day of pouring into them. It could be 18 minutes a day of learning about ways to connect and different parenting. You and I grew up with totally different parenting than what we're looking at today, right? And I'm like, sometimes when my kids talk to me in certain ways, I think, oh my gosh, my father is rolling over in his grave. I really do. I think he is rolling over in his grave, because there is no way I would have ever spoke to my father in that tone or in that way. But then immediately after, I'm like, maybe that's not such a good thing. Maybe it's not such a good thing that I was scared to death of my father, that I wasn't comfortable speaking freely. Maybe it's a good thing that my kids talk back a little bit, challenge me every once in a while, that they feel comfortable standing up for themselves, even to their dad. Maybe that's a good thing. So maybe you need to spend 18 minutes a day reading and studying new and improved parenting techniques. I don't know, but 18 minutes a day, you could have a better relationship with your kids, a better relationship with your spouse. 18 minutes a day, you can have a stronger mind. Like literally your brain can work and function differently. And 18 minutes a day, you clearly can have a stronger body. That one's really easy for us to see, right? Listen, Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits applies to every aspect of our lives. Every aspect. That's why it's atomic, right? Everything's made up of these atoms. It applies to every aspect of your life, these tiny little decisions. And this week, we've discussed a lot, right? We've discussed a lot of the elements of and the principles of this atomic habit thing. And we talked about how it affects your mind and how it affects your spirit and how it affects your results. But there is one area where Atomic Habits applies, because it applies everywhere. But there is one area that I'm the worst at, and we're going to dive into that today. I know a lot of my friends are the worst at it as well. And so we got to bring that one to the table as we bring this thing home today. All right. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do on this show? You know, we got to do some dancing. Okay, the music's playing. My headphones are doing something weird this morning, so I don't get to experience this the exact same way that I would want to. All right. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way, I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. That's probably a lot funnier for me than it is for you over on the other side, but that was pretty funny for me. So anyways, share it out. If you're on Twitter, tweet, Clubhouse, hit the share button. Facebook, you know what to do. YouTube, share it out on YouTube. Wherever it is that you're joining me from, make sure you share this out. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Sorry about that, Melvin. Say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. I see Melvin Rodriguez is in the building this morning. Rich Pintrick, good morning. Good morning to you. Al Salas, great to see you, Al. Rich Pintrick is in the building. Wendy Reeves, good morning, Wendy Reeves. How you doing, Nathaniel Banks? Crazy, my emojis are wrong. From nature to oils. Good morning to you. Richard Bruce, good morning to you. I see Yasmin Hernandez is in the building. I see Daniel Baldwin's in the building. What's up, Christine Green? Christine. You guys, I love Christine Green. Make sure you're connected to Christine Green. She's amazing. It is going to be a fabulous day, young lady. J. Casey Pendleton, good morning to you, sir. Angeline Moore, good morning. J. Casey, what time is it where you're at, J. Casey? Oh, yeah, he's in. Yeah. Are you on Central Time? Vicky, good morning to you. Vicky, what's up? Rick Tamburino, Mike Strong's in the building. Tara Hope, great to see you. Lyndon Gray, Robin Price, Sean Weatherby, Wes Storm, Russell Hill, all kinds of folks up in the building today. Thank you so much for joining me We also have my dear friend Heather Parody. She's in the building today, which has been great seeing Heather lately. For those of you that are, you are on Eastern time. Okay, Jay Casey. Christine, if you're around, hit me up. All right. Joanna Harvey, good morning. Julio Soto, good morning. My friend Heather, you've probably seen her. She's been popping up in here a lot lately. Her and I used to do some work together on this show back in the Dizzy, as they say, and then Heather ran off. She was doing a bunch of acting and some other projects. She had this world-renowned podcast, all these things. And I was like, man, we need Heather back up in the Rise and Grind community because she's just so incredibly, like, super intelligent, brings a ridiculous energy. She's super funny. And so we've been working on some things together, and I'm super excited to share with you that Heather's going to be joining us more and more. And we've got some really big things that'll be coming out towards the end of the year, which I'm super excited about. But for those of you that don't know Heather, let me go ahead and introduce her to you because what she's got for you today goes straight into what I need to talk to you about. Here she is. Check it out. Miss Heather Parody and only.
Oh, God. What's going on here? What's going on? I just got it. Oh, it's so early. Okay, coming.
What are you doing? Getting in my fitness. No, you're not. You look like an intoxicated hippie standing out here. I gotta mark off these 5 things, okay, or Glenn Lundy's gonna come get me. Well, he is if you tell him that's fitness, and this is called grounding. It's a thing. I'm just tired. You don't believe me? I just so happen to have some naturopathic doctor friends who are gonna put you in your place. Let me call them real quick, okay? Hold on. Hey, y'all. Good morning.
Hey, Heather.
Grounding. I'm with some naysayers here who say that ain't a fitness thing. But can you tell me about fitness and grounding?
Sure thing. People throughout time, dating all the way back to ancient history, have practiced grounding as a traditional means for increasing wellness and incorporating another component of healing. And that's not all.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually some research that shows that grounding, whether it be through a walking path or using a reflexology path, is actually helpful for lowering blood pressure and increasing mobility and strength. So it's not a bad idea to walk in the grass barefoot, and also it's free.
So what I'm hearing you say is I don't have to sweat no more.
Yeah, you still need to sweat.
These Rise and Grind people are so freaking weird.
These Rise and Grind people are so freaking weird. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that in my life. That's for sure. But hey, grounding. I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about grounding. Nothing about it. But here's what I do know. I do know that if I were to study it 18 minutes a day for 12 months, that's a little over 100 hours, then I would be an expert at it. And so would you. And here's what I also know, that if I were to do it 18 minutes a day, every single day for 12 months, I can guarantee you it would work. I guarantee you it would work. You see, here's what's interesting. When you make a commitment, when you make a daily commitment, right? When you commit, you go all in. The commitment itself causes belief. And the belief that you have causes a result. Whether it worked for someone else or doesn't work for someone else, it doesn't matter, dude. This is the key. This is the thing about Atomic Habits that I want to make sure, the biggest thing that you need to grasp and understand. When you commit to it daily, no matter what it is, you will achieve it. No matter what it is, you will achieve it. Your belief makes it real. That's what's so powerful about this. You see in the book Atomic Habits, it breaks down if you eat a burger and what it's going to do to your weight and all these different habits and so on and so forth, all these practical things. And I totally get that. But ultimately, what the book's trying to make you understand is, dude, you make a choice, you commit, you go all in, and at some point in time, you will win. It's guaranteed. Like everything that you plug into the equation works. With action, belief, and time, everything works. Look at the Grand Canyon, right? The Grand Canyon was made from the Colorado River, right? So this water took action, believed that it could, right? Nobody was there to tell it couldn't. And over time, carved out one of the greatest natural wonders in the world. Water will always win with enough time. And so will you. Water will take down the mightiest fortress. And so will you. Everything works in this equation. Mind, body, spirit. Now, here's the thing. I love working my mind. I love it. I love reading books, so on and so forth, right? Like, I love working my mind. And I really enjoy working on my spirit, whether that be through experiences or connections or so on and so forth. I love it. I love it. But my body, working my body is always last. My fitness always comes last. Like, I do my morning fives. Don't get me wrong. I get moving. I get shaking. I consistently work out, but not daily. I consistently work out, but I also get very bored. Like, it's got to be different stuff. Like, sometimes I'm really into the lifted weights. Other times I'm like, let's do some CrossFitting type stuff. Other times I'm like, I'm just going to do some running for a little while. Like, I got to mix it up. I'm like, I'm running inside. I'm running outside. Like, I get bored with it, man. Like, you want to go work on the mind? Let's go do it. I'm all about it. You want to go work on the spirit? Let's go do it. I'm all about it. You want to go work out? Yeah, you could maybe get me there. It depends on if it's an off day or not. So listen, I settle for almost. That's what I call this. This is my almost jacked muscle. It's almost, right? Like, it's okay. It's fair. I'm in fair shape. I'm 45 years old. I look good, you know, from the outside looking in, as long as I got clothes on. Right? Like, it's average, but it could be better. I know it could be better. I know it could be better, and my guess is there's probably something in your life that you also know could be better. Like, what is that one thing for you? What is that one area of your life that you know you're just like, oh man, there's another gear here. There's another gear here. Whatever that is for you, I want you to know that you can find it. You can find that other gear. You can. And the way to find it is through understanding that it's tiny little decisions made daily that are going to get you there. Finding that next gear isn't about some lucky break. Finding that next gear isn't about some piece of wisdom or knowledge that you don't currently have. Don't get me wrong, all of those things, they come into play. They add their pieces of the formula, but none of those things are going to guarantee that you find it like 18 minutes a day will. So whatever it is, I'm going to challenge you to, write it down. Be like, okay, here's the one area of my life where I'm good. Maybe even I'm above average, right? But man, it could be better. And if I could get that one thing, to be better, everything else around me would transform. Write it down what that one thing is. And then let's start spending 18 minutes a day. I don't care if you have to stop watching this show to find 18 minutes. Find 18 minutes a day to dedicate to that one thing. And maybe it's a year from now, maybe it's 2 years from now, maybe it's 3 years from now. I don't know the timeline because I don't know your thing. But I promise you, you will achieve it. You'll be better than 95% of the world at whatever that thing is if you start today. Is that fair? Cool. I'm going to be running today. Will I be running today? I get to run 5 miles today because I am currently in marathon training. Never ran a marathon before. Never really ran more than like 2 miles. I guess maybe a couple times I'd ran more than 2 miles before. But the wifey challenged me. And when the wife lays down the challenge, your boy steps up. So I'm going to be running 5 miles here in Dallas today as I'm working towards achieving that transformational goal that will make me one of, by the way, I've been studying marathons, and 0.001, is it 3 zeros or 4 zeros? 0.0001% of the world has completed a marathon. So not only will I be in the top like 1% of 8 billion, but the top 1/100th or 1,000th of a percent. How about that? That's what I'm talking about. I freaking love that. The more we can separate ourselves, the higher we can climb. And that's what I need from you. Listen, you were put on this earth as a child of God to be the absolute best version of yourself that you could possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit above average, not a little bit below, but the best. And it's because I love you. I do. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. So I'm going to challenge you. 18 minutes a day. Whatever that thing is that you know you need to it could be better. Whatever that thing is, 18 minutes at the top. Hey, I'm going to go hang out on Twitter for just a little bit. This morning, we're going to go hang out over there, have a little discussion. If you want to join me, if you're watching live, you're welcome to do that. If you're watching on replay, I'll be back Monday morning, 5:30 a.m., and we'll do this all over again on #Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day. See ya.
Wake up, stay woke, #Rise and Grind, #Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, #Rise and Grind, #Rise and Grind, grind, grind. #Rise and Grind, grind, grind. #Rise and Grind, grind, grind.
And good morning, everybody. That was Rise and Grind. As we hear that music playing, Glenn Lundy gets ready to meet us on Twitter Spaces. Hope your morning is going well so far. visiting our live stream across multiple platforms. Rise and Grind song. Listening, talking about atomic habits. That was Glenn Lundy's share in his Rise and Grind show, going to doing his marathon, showing us all what it's like to do habits. I'm Ramon Ray, publisher of BWCDaily.com. Hey, Glenn Lundy, that was absolutely amazing as Glenn transitions and gets ready to join us here on Twitter Spaces. That segment was amazing. When Glenn comes on, feel free, Glenn, to jump in when you're ready. I know you're getting ready. You're probably your sneakers on and shorts on, getting ready to do your marathon. As you're ready, just jump on in and say, yo, 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 so I can hear you there. But we're glad to have you all here as we're streaming on Twitter Spaces, live streaming on youtube.com/@BWC Daily, and live streaming on Clubhouse as well. That segment was amazing. I've never run a marathon at all. I do work out, as Glenn said, not every day, but consistently for sure. And so I know that is a feat, that discipline it takes to definitely buffet our body and be healthy. So get ready in the Twitter Spaces. Glenn Lundy's going to jump on, and he invites that engagement for the next few minutes as long as he can be with us. So get ready, get your fingers ready on the Twitter button. Maryland, I believe, in the house. Get ready to help us get on to who wants to be speakers or not. And on the Clubhouse side, remember, we can hear you too. You are still part of this conversation as Glenn Lundy gets ready to go in. But actually, I may kick it off. Glenn, are you there right now, Glenn? If not, no problem, brother. I will keep the show going.
Go right ahead, dude. I'm trying to.
Hey, Glenn. Good morning. We can hear you well now.
I'm in all the places, bro. I'm in Clubhouse. I wanted to pop into Clubhouse because I haven't been on there and see who's over there. And then I'm over here on Twitter Spaces.
And yeah, we're getting a
now I'm coming through Ramon's.
Oh yeah, on Clubhouse Spaces, stay muted there. Yeah, for now. I know next week we'll go back to normal. Probably stay muted on. Let's see. Oh, I'll mute myself. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Glenn. Take the show over. I'll mute on my side. Go.
Okay, I'm gonna get out. And Chad over here.
Now
how's that work?
Perfect. I'll mute on my side. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Sorry, I was just checking it all out, man. I see, we're tapping in Twitter Spaces a little bit, and you and I are going to talk through that this week. But I was like, man, I missed some of these beautiful faces over here on Clubhouse. I see, Amanda Sanner, William. I see Tim Hunt. I see the doctor. I see Crystal. I see Babs, and I see Dodge and Sheris and Clarissa and Ruth and Elaine and Miranda. I missed you guys over here. Man, look at all these beautiful people. Maria and Mindy. There's Yasmin and Stacy and Marcy, Gary and Tony T. So yeah, Ramon, I just had to pop on over here. So that's where I'm at today. I'm over here at Clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
And
okay. Good.
And I'll hit the StreamYard link here in just a second too, probably. But what'd you guys think of Heather? Isn't she funny?
Yeah, and I'm not one who's familiar with Heather Parody, but I think other people may be. So yeah, she's a new name for me. But maybe those in the Clubhouse side. Maryland's putting a smiley face there. But other people, on mic, whichever platform you are, we can hear you. This is not the Ramon Show. Glenn Lundy's leading it, so I'm going to stay on mute here for a bit. Other people on mic and talk to Glenn Lundy. Let's go.
She's a trip.
That was she was a trip. I agree.
That was hilarious, and we are kind of weird, but that's okay. That's what makes us special.
I agree, man. That's right. That's exactly what makes us special. Our weirdness.
That was awesome. That atomic habit, the 18 minutes a day. I mean, I put right here in my notes, right here on my desk, in big bold letters, marketing. And I could tell you that if I spent 18 minutes a day on marketing, I could tell it would transform everything. And I could really appreciate where you were coming from. We gotta connect, man. That was awesome.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And yes, we can definitely need to connect. And dude, 18 minutes a day. We all got 18 minutes. If you study marketing 18 minutes a day for the next 12 months, dude, you'll be a freaking expert at it. That's amazing. What a gift. What a blessing. And we have access to everything now, to where it's not like,
the information was hard to find, back in the day. So you couldn't even necessarily, you'd spend 18 minutes just trying to find the information. Nowadays, like it's all the information's right there. So it's like, let's go. 18 minutes a day, piece of cake. So I love it, man. I love it. Who else? Who else wants to chat with me? I want to see some of these clubhouse folks over here.
Glenn, what's up, bro? It's Tim.
What up?
Oh man, it's a blessing to hear your voice this morning, bro. It is truly a blessing. Just listening to you speak.
I feel the same way about you.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man. No, I've been busy doing a lot of stuff on the corporate side and doing some coaching. But what's crazy, just jumping in this morning and hearing you speak about that aspect of your son, or how some of your children kind of speak up, and you're like, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Really reflecting on last week, having a conversation with my daughter. She's 16, and she was, talking about, some of the things she was looking to do. She had gotten in trouble a couple of weeks back. We put on punishment, but we were kind of just going through the motions. And I was getting at her for a minute, and she started to like tear up and, started to cry. And she was trying to explain herself, but she was at the point where she couldn't really explain herself because she was so emotionally upset. But then she gathered herself, and as I'm watching her with my wife there, she got that confidence. She got that strength to not speak back disrespectfully, but speak back in a way where she was stating, her claim. She was planting her flag. And at that moment, I changed. And when I say I changed, like I changed my tone. And I was like, that's what I'm looking for you to have, that ability to stand firm and to plant your flag, to have that backbone, to believe in what you believe in. And I think that was so important when you had mentioned that. It struck a chord with me because at that time I felt like I was taking away her image, and she was able to, come back and stand firm and explain what she was, really pushing on. So that really struck a chord with me, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, that 18 minutes a day, as I was doing, my gratitude, my goals and all that stuff, it's important, bro. So I really love what the gentleman just said about the marketing for 18 minutes. I think that's big. So bottom line, I'm so happy to hear your voice, bro. And you know what? I love you like cooked food. I'm out.
Appreciate you, Tim. And yeah, that's what we want, right? Like, let's all be respectful and talk to each other. We want our kids to be respectful for sure, but we want them to have a voice. See, I didn't have a voice when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to. I mean, I had to ask to get a drink of water. Like it was rough, And it took me a long time to get through that. And now, now look at me, Tim. I'm the #1 speaker in America, bro.
Yes, sir, baby.
Now you can't stop talking.
But I could have been. But I could have hit that milestone a little earlier if I hadn't been squashed for all those years. And so I love that you're giving her that space to be herself and encouraging that. I think it's really, really, really important. And great to hear your voice this morning as well. 18 minutes, bro. 18 minutes a day. I know you got it. Let's go. Who else? Who
Hey,
else
Glenn,
over
it's
here on
Bella.
Clubhouse?
It's Bella.
Hi, Bella.
First of all, I want to say grand rising to you, Glenn with the double N Lundy. Glenn Lundy, you know what? You are something else, because what I took away today was this. I agree with what everyone says, but more importantly, let's talk about family, right, Glenn Lundy? Because Glenn, I got that millennium child, that daughter, right, that I'm leaving my legacy to. And Glenn, you are absolutely right. She gets in my face all the time, and that's respectfully, because we talk about the generations, right, Glenn? I'm a baby boomer, you know that, Glenn, and she's a millennium. And absolutely, I did not parent my daughter the same way I was parent, right? And you know what, Glenn? I had to swallow a lot of times, because those millennials, they will absolutely tell you how they feel and not think nothing of your feelings. And that was some adjusting for me. But guess what, Glenn? Here's the other side of the fence, right? My daughter and I are more close. We talk about worldviews from a millennium point of view and a baby boomer. And I absolutely did not raise her. And sometimes it hurts, Glenn, because she'll get in my face and say, da 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 da, baby boomer. And I'll allow her, because guess what, Glenn, right? We want our children to grow up to use their voices. So, Glenn, hey, this was family to me. I'm ready to go. And that daggone 18-minute by 12, by whatever, I'm on it, Glenn. You know I love you like cook food, as Tim says. Glenn Lundy, go, man. This is Bella. I'm out.
I appreciate you, Bella. Love the energy. Love it, love it, love it. And that's awesome. That's encouraging for me that you have that type of relationship, because that's what I want. I want to have a relationship with my kids. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel safe. I want to learn from them. Those are other little humans I can learn from. I want to learn from them. So I love that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that share, Bella. Who's next?
And again, everybody, just remind you, we're live streaming on Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse, and also live streaming on live video. This is Glenn Lundy. If you hear my little icon playing at all, it's Glenn Lundy, founder of Breakfast with Champions. This is Ramon Ray, publisher of Breakfast with BWC Daily. On Mike, say your name. Talk to Glenn Lundy, who's here with me in Dallas at the Champions Business Conference. On Mike, say your name. Let's go.
Good morning, Glenn Lundy. It's Pastor Jeff. How you doing, brother?
I'm great, Pastor Jeff. And you?
I'm doing super, super well. You know, I'm going to caveat on Bella and Tim Hunt, who loves you like cook food. Look here, as I listened to you, I had a revelation, and that is that, you know, I think my dad and your dad were cut out of the same cloth. I mean, we couldn't go in the refrigerator without asking. You know, and sometimes we had to go in there and get him some soda, but we couldn't have no soda. But look at here, as I thought about it, the importance of what you were sharing is that on the Myers-Briggs personality test, I scored as an introvert, I mean, up through my 30s. But I came into the world early. I mean, I couldn't wait for 9 months of gestation. I had to get out, which meant that I'm actually an extrovert. And so my dad quieted me, silenced me until I learned that I had a voice. And so it's so important, as you did with my children. I told them they can express themselves as long as they are respectful. So it gave them confidence to be able to be themselves. And it was such a adjustment because, you know, we just wasn't used to that. But look here, Glenn, I want to share the importance, I mean, the simplicity of the 18 minutes. You know, 18 minutes a day comes out to be 6,570 minutes a year. That's 300,094, 200,000 seconds. But the thing about it, Glenn, that sounds like a lot. I think the champions would agree. But in reality, Glenn, it's only, or actually less than 4 days and 12 hours. Glenn, did you hear that? 4 days or less than 4 days and 12 hours a year studying something to become the top 5%. Who can't do that, Glenn Lundy? Passing the mic back to you.
That's amazing, man. To look at it that way, just 4 days out of your year. 4 days. You can commit 4 days out of your year to whatever it is you're looking to achieve. You can guarantee your success with that. That's incredible, Pastor Jeff. Thanks for sharing that. And our
It comes out
dads
to
are definitely cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, it comes out just a little bit over 4.5 days. So not even 5 days to become an expert. Glenn, we can do it.
We must, as Eric Thomas says, right? We can, we will, we must. Beautiful, Pastor Jeff. Love it. Who's next?
Good morning, Glenn. I don't know. I hope I'm not causing an echo. Is it okay on this side, on Clubhouse side?
Yeah, I got you guys all messed up this morning, don't I?
I know. I'm like, where am I supposed to be? No.
That's right. Mix it up.
Well,
Keep you on
I'm
your toes.
reading, instead of Atomic Habits, I started with a shorter book for 75 Hard, and it's called Shower Habits. And it's crazy because you start with just cleaning your shower space, and then you start with having a soft towel and, you know, just some things like how many minutes you do some breathing, and you what's the other thing? Oh, you get out and you do a yoga pose and you have an affirmation. So you're stacking habits on something you do every day anyway. And it says, set your own intention, follow through, and become your own hero was one of the quotes in the book. And I did order Atomic Habits for the book to follow up. So I'm actually stacking my habit reading on my habit reading, if that makes sense. Starting with the smaller book, but I love the habit stacking. I think attaching it to something you already do. They were saying, you know, like brush your teeth and then do 10 squats. You're going to brush your teeth. You might as well add the 10 squats. So it's just one of these, I wouldn't even, is it a hack possibly? You know, that I've been really working at, and I love it. I love the habit stacking. It's proven for me. So thanks for the recommendation. Is that the April planner book by any chance, or just something you recommended?
It's the April Planner book.
And of course, Heather Parody is freaking hysterical. And just one last thing is, I sometimes question if maybe, you know, I always let my son have his say, but I said he wasn't allowed to talk back to me. And I always question, like, gosh, did I like hinder him in any way with that? So I think you're on the right path. So thanks for letting me talk this morning. Good morning.
Well, thank you. Congratulations on working through your 75 hard. Habit stacking is a powerful, powerful, powerful way to create new habits. It does take 67 days biologically before something becomes easier to do than to not do. So when we connect it to something we're already doing, it makes that transition a lot easier. I love it. I think that's incredibly valuable. Thank you for sharing, Marilyn Wilkin, and thanks for being flexible this morning and popping all over the place as I continue to throw twists and turns Ramon's way that I know he loves, because his personality is very spontaneous, and he loves things to not be planned out and not be mapped out. That's how he likes to work, and so I love being able to fulfill that for him.
Glenn, I love
Sounds
it.
just like him.
Mary Lynn loves it too. Listen, Glenn, it's amazing to say as well, Glenn, about habits, the reverse, how it happens. I've kind of been slightly off my game, waking up earlier, things of this nature as we evolve into video and all that. And, you know, I've not done as many push-ups daily as I should, because push-ups something I've done for many, many years, and stretches. But the reverse of habits is what I'm trying to say, is that when you get out of it just for a bit of time, you can get back in it, right? Because we're disciplined men and women. But man, it's easy to slip and realize, wait, 5 days, no stretches, no push-ups. 7 days, I got to slap myself in the face, you know, to get back on track. So the reverse habit is a real thing I find as well.
I agree, Ramon. It is easy to do easy, right? It is easy to do easy, and we can backslide quick. That's why we got to stay on it, and that's why, you know, the benefit to doing things daily versus doing things consistently. Because when we do things consistently might mean 3 times a week. It might mean once a week. It might mean whatever, right? Whereas when we do things daily, every single day, when we do it daily, it's much more difficult to lose that momentum, right? It just becomes easier to do than to not do. Whereas when we take breaks, if we're like, okay, I'm going to do this Monday through Friday, but I'm not going to do it on the weekend, those breaks can actually slow down the
momentum,
compound effect, right? The compound effect of that momentum. So, yeah, I love that. Great share, Ramon.
Glenn, here's
Who
a
else?
voice
Who's next?
here's a voice that's coming up, but I'm not going to say who it is. You have to recognize the voice. You have to recognize the voice. This person who's on live video, the mic is yours.
Glenn Lundy, we would like to know, you know, in your process of your training, what has been the hardest challenge for you preparing for this marathon?
Do you know who that is, Glenn?
Of course, that's the queen, bro.
Ooh, come on. That was too easy. Too easy. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the queen right there. Everybody knows the voice of the queen. The hardest thing so far with the marathon training, it's very much me. My mind. The first mile is always like so challenging mentally.
And Glenn, your feed chopped out. It could be the 6-star hotel you're in. Maybe the Wi-Fi was cheap. It could be your phone battery cut off. Could be the muscles, which your audio has cut off. What do you think, Renee? What was Glenn going to say, Renee? Talk for Glenn Lundy.
Well, I know during the marathon, I could say this. I've never did a 26-mile full marathon. I've done a half a marathon. And just to me, the mental mindless, to me, that was like my toughest moment, just getting up out the bed. But he was talking about the mile. And I guess once you get over that first mile, you're able to just keep going. I saw Glenn right there in New York City, and his endurance and his stamina is truly right on point. So I'm happy that his wife did challenge him to do a marathon, because to be a marathon to be able to accomplish a marathon, not only is it a great achievement, but also it helps you to learn more about yourself as well. And I hope he's back. Glenn, are you back right now with us?
So that's been the biggest challenge for me, is getting out of my own way, for lack of a better word.
And can you hear us okay, Glenn? Because you had cut out for a minute there, Glenn. Can you hear us? Audio check, audio check.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Ah, cool. Okay. Did you hear Renee? I don't know. Renee, summarize that again, Renee. Just one more time. Go review that one more time for Glenn.
Yeah. What I was saying, just really the mental mindness has always have been like my tough, that's a tough point. And I think what Glenn was also sharing with us in regarding to just getting out of his own way. And that's most times, that's with all of us, right? Because it's that self-sabotaging beliefs that we put into ourselves. But I love the fact that at least he's challenging himself. And you know what, Glenn? I got something on very special for you. Not only do I have on one of my winning jacket, but I also have a half a marathon that I was able to win first place. So I'm going to be passing this over to you as you're preparing for this marathon here. So proud of you, my friend.
Well, thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement, and I will gratefully receive all of that. So you're awesome. Thank you so much.
That jacket is nice. Glenn, how much more time you got with it? You got a few more minutes, or you got to go do your routines, which I know are very important?
Yeah, like 120 more seconds. 2 more minutes.
All right, jump in. Unmic, say your name. Talk to Glenn Lundy. Let's go. All right. Well, I got
Atomic Habit. 18 minutes a day being more grateful. And I want to start by saying thank you, and I'm grateful for every single person in this group, every share, every idea, every story. I'm grateful that all of us have come together. I'm grateful that we're up at this time making it happen. And I'm just excited about what this day, this week, this year, this month, this decade is going to bring to each and every one of us. And I'm excited to hear all of our successes as everything continues. So thank you for making this happen, guys.
And thank you for being here. Who was that again? What's your name? Tell Glenn and me and Renee.
That was Julio Soto, I believe.
Julio Soto.
Oh, that was Al. That's Al Salas. That's Al Salas. At first, I thought it was Julio. He sounded like Julio Soto. But yeah, that was Al. That was my guy, Al.
Got it. All right. Anybody else want to unmic? Say your name. One more we'll get in before Glenn Lundy heads off and soon graces the stage of the Champions Business Conference. Go. Mic's yours.
This is Iran, all the way from Cairo, Egypt, and I just wanted to jump right in and say hello, good morning for everyone here on the stage in the listening lounge, on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube as well. Well, discipline, those 18 minutes every day means discipline and creates the habit of being disciplined in whatever you set your mind to. So when you set your mind to know, and as from a mindset perspective, everything starts within the mind as an idea. So whatever it is that you're looking to achieve, promise you that you will achieve it by the end of less than 1 year. That's nothing to compromise, because you create the habit, you enhance and improve the skill, and you're good to go. So Atomic Habits was really one of the major um, achievements on itself to be read. And thank you, Glenn, and Ramon, and everyone on the Breakfast with the Champions, because you are creating the skill, the habit, and the action. And those who are action takers are the change makers. So keep changing the world. Back to you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for
I
joining us.
love that. And thank you so much for raising your voice all the way from Egypt. How amazing is it to be alive in 2023 and be able to have conversations like this all the way across the world? Super insightful.
honored to connect, and thank you for your voice, and thank you for that share. That was awesome.
It was indeed. Glenn Lundy, what's your final word for us for the day as you go off and as I see you shortly? What's your final word for us for the day, Glenn? Thanks for being here, brother.
FOMO. That's my final word. FOMO.
It's a real thing.
For all of you who experienced FOMO today, I'm going to challenge you because there's a bunch of us here in Dallas, and you're going to see it, and you'll be like, dang, I wish I was there. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And I'm just going to challenge you to not miss the next event. All right. So start working now on whatever it is. Maybe it's a financial thing that kept you from being here. So 18 minutes a day on your finances. Maybe it's a time constraint thing. You're working in a certain way where you don't have that freedom and flexibility. Then let's work on that. Let's figure out how we're gonna get ourselves out of that. You never want to be in the same pain twice. So for those of you that are like, man, I wish I was there, but you're not, this is the wake up call to make sure you don't miss the next event. That's what I got, Ramon.
Glenn Lundy, that was beautiful. I will see you soon. I was going to say we would do a gun comparison, but you will beat me at that any day. So we will just shake hands and give each other a big hug. Oh, I know about that for sure. I've measured yours and I took them to the Gun Association of America. No, that's sounding wrong. Let me just stop right there. Okay, go. Yeah, Glenn Lundy, founder of Breakfast with Champions. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, brother. Go enjoy your run and make the world a better place. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Ramon. Appreciate you, bro.
You're welcome. Hey, Renee Noor, thanks for joining me here for a few minutes. Appreciate you, Renee Noor. Glad you're here and that jacket is on fleek. Renee, I'm going to continue on with this segment and I will see you. We got to see each other again sometime in person, Renee Noor. Well, what's your final word for us for the day as well, Renee?
Well, of course, it's going to be some major FOMO. I understand what Glenn is talking about because, of course, I'm not there, but I'm truly there in spirit. Being a mother, sometimes we have to balance some other things as well. But guys, blaze the social media with great pictures, good energy. I know for sure you have star people that are there, and I cannot wait to see the images. And truly, the next time Breakfast with Champions have their event, not only do you want to be there, you want to make sure you get your tickets early. And always, if nothing else, just make sure we keep on circulating, supporting, and just keep raising up Breakfast with Champions. That's why we wake up, right? Rise and grind, but also we're winning on purpose because we are champions. And I just want to say thank you so very much for your leadership, Glenn Lundy, your leadership, Mr. Ramon Ray. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Queen Renee Noor. Love that energy. Thanks for being here, Renee Noor. Appreciate you as well. Listen, thank you, Renee. Thank you, everybody, for being here again. This is Breakfast with Champions show on bwcdaily.com as we reset and give clarity to some things that are going on as we experiment and move into Twitter spaces, as we continue to work on Clubhouse, as we continue to do a live video, as we continue to go back to more of our regular programming. Starting next week, this was a week of experimentation, of trial. But I do want to be clear and repeat. I don't want to change the energy too much, but just want to be clear. The live video shows we're doing, realize it wasn't quite a fit for Twitter and Clubhouse. We missed that chatting engagement. So we're going to go back as we continue to experiment, but we will still be doing live video. We'll still be doing it, but it will take place in a whole different way, whole different. We'll talk more about that later, but you don't have to change anything because you're in the right place. Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, we'll be here next week for sure, but we're going to continue for today with live video. And we have coming up, Tina Wilson coming up in about a half an hour. We have Kim Walsh Phillips coming out a half an hour after that, 7:30 a.m. and then 7 a.m. And then, and then Scott Simon's going to be coming up at 8:30 a.m. So we have here, let me repeat that again, Tina Wilson coming up at 7 a.m. Kim Walsh Phillips coming up at 7:30 a.m. We have Dr. Tanjie Brewer coming up at 8 a.m. all on live video. And then Scott Simon is going to join us on Clubhouse audio only. So I'm Ramon Ray carrying us for another 13 minutes. But Iman from Egypt, are you available for, I want to ask you a few questions, Iman from Egypt, if you are available. Are you available?
Yeah, I'm available here.
All right. I have a few questions. By the way, thanks for being here. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and then I have a few questions for you.
Well, thank you for asking me questions because that means that I resonate with you in something that's a big pleasure and an honor as well.
Oh, thank you.
So this is Iman. I'm business developer and international expansion expert for business as well. I have been teaching in the university for 5 years. Then I shifted my career totally because I do what I believe in. So I'm following my heart, I'm following my morals and ethics. So that's what I felt in my heart back then. And it was a really, really hard year without nobody talks to me, nobody of my family, my friends. Like, you're so crazy to do such a thing. But I was just um, tenacious to do it. And here I am doing what I love, living the life that I wish I get it better, but I'm working on myself always.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I'm glad you're here. And just tell me a little bit more also about the business side, and glad you're here. And I do have a few more questions for you, but I'm going to get to that. I just want to get to know you better. Business development, give me a summary of that, how that works, and what that means to you, what you're doing in Egypt, and especially tell me more.
Well, I'm doing the business development all over the world.
Okay.
Actually, I'm international, freelancing internationally,
Got it.
and doing it as a consultancy. So I do reverse engineering in the business development side. I do analysis for every piece and bits in your business. So I get to either create more value that you bring to the table in your business from a creator standpoint, not from a competition standpoint, because being creator gets you over the competition, and your competitors, you get to know what they do and what they don't, but you don't have to stick to what they do. So from a standpoint of creation, we create a more value that you can introduce, and money will come back as a byproduct, of course. But you got to start by fixing the problems in your business, and as well as adding more value, creating bigger vision, and creating more and advanced services that you can lead, be ahead of the curve, lead with, but not standing in the same position, only fixing a problem.
Got it.
No,
Got it.
that's not what business development is.
Got it. No, I appreciate that very much. So you said that many of your family and people around you call you crazy, like they call me crazy. And many people hearing the sound of our voice in the Breakfast with the Champions community, we are crazy too. So I'm glad you found a home here. That makes sense?
Yeah, that's who want to be a normal person.
No, be
Who
crazy.
want to
We don't
be
want normal
normal.
people. Be crazy.
Yeah,
Embrace
I
the
don't want to be.
craziness. Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's a few questions I have for you, Iman. And I'm pronouncing your name right. Iman, am I pronouncing it right? Iman, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay, good.
right.
Here's
Yeah,
a few questions I have for you. One, are there hotels in Egypt?
of course,
Okay.
that is plenty of them everywhere.
Is there food in Egypt?
Obviously,
These are just
yes.
yes or no questions. Okay. Are there
Yes.
printers in Egypt that can create signs? Are there printers in Egypt that can create signs?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Are there chairs in Egypt? Chairs.
Every single
I'm not done
thing
yet.
that you can
No.
imagine
Just yes or no questions.
is there.
Yes or no. That's all I want. Yes,
Yes.
or no. Oh,
Yes.
Are there people in Egypt that would love to be motivated?
Of course. Yes.
Okay. Are
Absolutely.
there people in Egypt that would love to be
Much
educated?
Needed. Much needed.
Are there people in
Really,
Egypt
really
that would
needed.
love to be inspired?
Every moment.
Are there people in
Yes.
Egypt that would love to have a high dose of positivity in their life?
Of course.
Are
Yes.
there people in Egypt that would love to have a seat at the table?
Who don't want to? Yeah.
Are there people in Egypt who would love to hear from the best speakers at an amazing event in Egypt called Breakfast with Champions? Are there people in Egypt who could handle that?
Yes. There is me. I can speak for myself to handle this, but
So my question to
obviously
you is,
everyone
yes,
can.
if you
Yeah.
didn't get where I was leading, maybe we should consider having a Champions Business Conference in Cairo or some other place. What do you think?
Absolutely, that's my pleasure, and I can help you just or coordinate things to you. Just that's, I mean, people are going to be always needed some sort of support and inspiration every moment, and especially nowadays.
Got it. Well,
Mental health isn't something to be taken lightly. So yeah.
Okay, well, stay with me here because I'm going to ask a few more questions of
Breakfast
other
with
people.
champions at the pyramids in Egypt. Let's go, bro.
Glenn,
I'm
see,
all about it.
you see where I'm getting at,
Yeah.
right? You see, Glenn?
Yes, I'm do.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm down for that.
Oh my
That's
God,
attendee number
you
2.
can never imagine how much energy you can have around the pyramids. Oh my God.
I don't know if the
Oh my
pyramids can
God.
handle it.
No. 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 You set yourself on the top of the world back if you did it. You
So
said energetically, you set yourself on the top of the world.
Yes. Glenn Lundy, would you come to Egypt with me and Emin and other of the community here and speak at and motivate, educate, inspire with a high dose of positivity where everyone has a seat at the table? Would you do that in Egypt, Glenn Lundy?
Bro, let's go.
Oh my God.
Hey, Ramon,
Absolutely.
this
I've
is
always
Bella. I
wanted to
got
go
my
to
passport.
Egypt,
I'll
man.
be the first one. Let's go. Let's go. I
Yeah,
got my
man.
passport. Let's go.
Let's go. We could do Egypt. I probably, that's something too. I know right
I
now,
got you. I got
Ramon,
you guys.
I know.
Go ahead, Glenn.
I'm cutting out.
No, you
I
can
know
go
right now that I know that Grant's trying to do a lot of stuff global. He's doing a lot of work with Dubai right now. And we could probably get Grant to come join us over at the pyramids too. That'd be dope.
That could work too. That could work too. Love it, love it, love it. So, Emin, so let's do this. So how do we make so you know what? We'll talk offline about this. But as you know, Emin,
Yeah.
as you may get an idea, myself and for sure Glenn, we are people of action. When I wanted to do this Dallas conference, I put a website together, called people together. Yvonne Kistner, Avocados from Mexico. She'll be speaking at the Dallas conference. People said, Ramon, how did you get Yvonne from Avocados from Mexico, which is a big name here in the U.S.? How did you get her to come? I just reached out and connected with her on LinkedIn, and she loved how I connected, and we've been in touch. So that's my skill set. That's what I do. So with you being in Egypt, me being here, and this entire community we have, I have no doubt that we could host and produce a great, great event that would inspire the Egyptian community, inspire the
That
international
inspire
community.
the world.
Yes, and bring together crazy people. We call it the Crazy People Conference. We wouldn't call it that, but that's what you and I would call it. But listen, Emin, leave us with a last word, anything you'd like to share. I'm so glad you're in this community, and thanks for saying yes. And you've heard Glenn Lundy and Pastor Jeff and Bella as well. Emin, let me turn it back to you. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
If I wanted to add something, it's just thank you for being that movement maker. Because if you can understand what your words changing the world around you by changing people's lives, words have weight, have energy, and what you set yourself on, it will be immediately fact. Because as much as thoughts and ideas you have, as much as action, you have to make a lot of actions, even with in your mind, even with your thoughts. The actions on life was someday a thought in mind. So thank you so much. And I think we're gonna go along together if you don't like broccoli as I don't like it.
You know what? We can skip the broccoli. We can skip the broccoli. Let's have some lamb.
I'll take both of your broccoli.
Go for it. And even do me a favor and just email me if you can, seriously, because I'm live streaming right now. It's hard to do multiple things. But my email is simply Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, at RamonRay.com. Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, at RamonRay.com. And I respond to each and every one of my emails. I have a highly sensitized, seriously, no joke, filtration system, prioritization system. And you can ask anybody who's emailed me. Ramon does email back. Ramon at RamonRay.com is my priority channel.
You.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. Again, this is Ramon Ray, publisher of BWCDaily.com. This is the Breakfast with Champions show, the last edition of the show that we'll be doing quite like this. We will still be doing video, but we're going to get more definitely into the discussion format that we've had in the past on Twitter Spaces and or on Clubhouse. So starting next week, thank you, Dora Maria. I appreciate you working with Christina Howard and others in our community to change programming. They've been working on that. In fact, even up to last night, Dora was running on. Yes, I did, Sartina, running around, doing things like that. So thank you, Dora Maria and the team. And of course, thank you, Mary Lynn. And I know Tara's not been here that I've heard at least for a while, but she's part of this ops team as well, which helps make things run smoothly. 12 minutes ago in this live video segment with me, we got Tina Wilson coming up at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Kim Walsh Phillips coming up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a live video. We got Dr. Tanjie coming up at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Scott Simons will be doing 8:30 to 9 on Clubhouse on audio. And then Dave Meltzer's coming up, and he'll be on in the Breakfast of Champions community as well as we work through some things. But I'm glad you're here, and I wanted to touch on the few minutes that I have, about 12 minutes to go, and Stars Tina, when you're ready, just of course give me a wave and say yo, and I'll know you're ready on the video side, but you got plenty of time. Is a few things I wanted to recap from what happened with the Dallas Champions Conference and kind of the conversation I was having with Eamon as well from Egypt, an international business consultant. A few things. So I wanted to talk, refresh those who are just jumping in. Glenn Lundy, founder of Breakfast with Champions, talked about habits, 18 minutes a day, and commit to doing it. Jeff Crilly, who's one of the sponsors of the Dallas Champions Conference, we had an amazing time with him, and he gave an amazing talk. Had his daughter here, who's vice president of his company as well, shared their story. He talked about the power of podcast and publicity. And as many of you know, this is one of the pillars of the Celebrity CEO program that I do. You can see that, by the way, at celebrityceo.com. Let me pull that banner up real quick for those who are like, Ramon, we hear you talking about it, but what's that all about? Just pull that up real quick here. Yes, so I talk about these things in the Celebrity CEO program, and I encourage all of you to download the Celebrity CEO Blueprint as well at celebrityceo.com/blueprint. But we talk about podcasting and events and producing content and things of this nature, how important they are. And again, you can see that at celebrityceo.com, celebrityceo.com. Just download the free blueprint. So Jeff Crilly, one of the sponsors of the Dallas Champions Conference, he talked about the power of podcasting. He talked about how he was a newspaper reporter or a TV reporter for a number of years and talked about this aspect of getting publicity. When I talk about people want sales, I'm a firm believer at some point in this context to stop focusing so much on sales and instead focus on building trust. And then I say stop focusing so much on building trust and focus on getting attention of the right customer. So Jeff Crilly talked about that, the power of podcasting and how you can monetize it. David Hill, one of our speakers as well. TM Hyman, one of our speakers as well on the stage. And Angeline and others here, I'm not looking at the Clubhouse link, but are here in Dallas as well. TM Hyman did a fantastic job speaking yesterday. David Hill did a fantastic job of speaking yesterday. Adam Smith did a fantastic job of speaking yesterday. So Jeff Crilly of Real News PR, one of the sponsors, talked about the power of podcasting. The power of getting publicity in the media. Some things we'll be working on probably as well for this community, which he loves so much. He talked about the power of it. I encourage you all. Podcasting, whether it's a literal, again, because we throw this word around. I'm a podcaster. Personally, I hate it. I'm a podcaster. What does that mean? It's just content. But the point being, some consistent, whether it's audio, whether it's video, whether it's solo, whether you're in partnership with somebody, whether you're interviewing or not, the words are interchangeable. But the point being, producing consistent content. Consistent content is a powerful thing. And of course, podcasting on its own is a powerful thing. And tip for you, Marilyn, if you love podcasting a lot and you haven't been to like the podcast summit, podcast camp, and all these things, if you want to dive into it more, there's so many large podcast conferences that you could attend. I've attended many of them, and you'll probably like it, you and Miles and Mary Lynn. But the point being is that producing consistent content is powerful. It's powerful. That's how you build your fan base. That's how you build your community. That's how you build your tribe. That's how you can get closer connectivity to other people in your community. People ask me, Ramon, how have you got in touch with some of the biggest brands in the world? Largely, that's been in part because of my consistent podcasting, my consistent shows, my consistent bringing guests on my shows. You build the relationship. Me having Yvonne Kistner, right, who will be with us in a few hours, Vice President of Marketing Innovation at Avocados from Mexico. I just reached out to her on LinkedIn. She didn't know me from Adam. And now we're connected. That's a big deal. So I wanted to touch on, again, we got about 8 minutes ago, and Stars Tina and her crew are going to come up in a minute. But I wanted to talk about how to produce events. I've talked about this before. And maybe, Delon, if you're noting this, maybe this is a point in the episode if y'all want to clip it or something. I'm going to talk here today how to produce events, how you can produce live in-person events, a few highlights, a few quick tips that will help you in my experience in producing the Champions Business Conference, co-hosted with Trevor Houston and, again, Christina Howard doing this. One, put a website together. Just get out and put a website together. One of the attendees, Brian, who knows nothing about Breakfast with Champions, he said he was scrolling in the event forums and saw our website. Yeah, I was pretty darn proud of myself. He saw the website and that attracted him to attend. Put a website together. Number two, find all the people who can be speakers. There's two different types of speakers. Be very clear on this. I've done events for over 20 years. There's two different types of speakers. Kid yourself not. And you have to be willing to hold the line on this because many people won't understand. One type of speaker is the speaker who's a draw, whether it's that nationally recognized business speaker like a Seth Godin, Simon Sinek, Gary Vaynerchuk, all who I've worked with, or it's somebody even more profile than them like a Oprah Winfrey, who everybody of us, especially in a business context, have heard of. Then you do have speakers who could be a draw in a certain context. As Seth Godin reminds us, most people in the world don't know Seth Godin at all, don't know him at all. But like a Glenn Lundy or a Scott Simons, even myself to some degree, Justin Konikow, we are known in certain circles. So outside of a circle, nobody knows us from Adam. But you put Ramon Ray in the right context in a small business circle. I do a lot of events in Florida. I'm well known there. I bet you put Justin Konikow in a circle of people that are in an event in Canada, people know him. Glenn Lundy in the car space, people know him. So who are your speakers? They're speakers who are draw. You don't care if they speak good or not. They just attract people to the event in some degree. You care, but in some degree. Then there are people may not know, but they add solid content to the event. T.M. Hyman slated. David Hill slated. Trevor Houston, our event host. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows Trevor Houston. Well, in the BWC community, we're known. But beyond that, we're not. So who are the speakers you want at the event? Number three, good graphics and images help. Pictures of your host, pictures of the attendees. That adds FOMO to the process. Many of you, I publicize through my channels. You got to email many of you. Hey, send me your picture when you registered. I'll promote you. And seeing other people, seeing who's coming was a big help. You need a registration platform. I used Eventbrite for mine. The platform you use doesn't matter so much. And I connected Eventbrite to keep through Zapier. What's the venue you're going to have? We had a great venue here in the Real News PR offices. What's the venue? Is it going to be a hotel? Is it going to be a loft? Is it going to be a conference room? What's the venue? You got to have some refreshments and food. You got to work that out in some way, shape, or form. You got to put your budget together. Signage is important. I had signage on the LCD on the display screens, and I even had poster board printed signage that I put around. It makes the event look good. I've done events where I was solo, producing the event, running around, doing the food, doing the logistics, completely solo. I've done that kind of event, but it was great to have with two others here. Trevor Houston and I partnered with the event. He was the host, taking care of the inside the room, serving the audience. That was what Trevor Houston did. My job was working on the logistics. I did the audio and video and other things. So he could focus on the stage. I could focus on everything else. Today will be reversed. And I keynoted yesterday as well, gave a beautiful talk about human connections in a digital world. At least people said it was a beautiful talk. And so today I will host the event, I believe. Trevor Houston's going to keynote. And again, the third person we had, Christina Howard, was able to help with outside the room and logistics and the food and coffee service and ordering and making sure registration was handled. So when you're looking to do an event, put the good website together so people can see the vision. Put good speakers on there. Use good pictures. Busted pictures make a busted event. People don't know what you're going to do. They assume it's going to be busted if the graphics look busted. And of course, one of the most important things is have a solid marketing plan. The bigger the email list, the better you're able to do your copy and target it, the more people will come. I'm going to pause for a second, and then we're going to bring in Stars Teen in a few minutes. She's getting set up there and ready. Stars Teen, you got plenty of time. Don't worry about it. But anybody want to unmic, say your name, and ask questions about producing live in-person events? And if not, it's okay. Anybody want to join in? Let me pause.
Hey, Ramon,
Hey,
I
Teen.
don't have a question in reference to live events. I just want to say congratulations, man. Yesterday was dynamic. I mean, when you talk about Jeff Hurley, man, listen, Curly,
yes,
such a powerful, inspiring talk with him and his daughter, right? I mean, emotional, right? But it was, man, he provided strategy like nobody's business, right? And so you kicked it. I missed Trevor as I was traveling here yesterday, but I mean, but everything that you just explained, hopefully you can hear me. I got a red
I can
bar.
hear you well, yep.
Everything that you just explained, man, we've seen it come together just so effortlessly, right? And I loved when I met you coming through the hotel. You was like, man, you know, I'm okay because I saw faces. Right?
Yes.
We feel good as producers and event coordinators when people just show up, right? And you all showed up, the team showed up, and everybody showed up here very well yesterday, dynamic. And I'll just thank you, man, for allowing me to be a part of the experience.
Oh, indeed. And TM, thanks for being a part of it, TM. You did a great job as a speaker. You know already how good you are, but I've never seen you. Oh, no, I saw you speak at Christina's event. Point is, great job speaking and adding value. You were amazing. Me and Trevor were in the back laughing and chatting and all that. So you added tremendous value, TM, as well.
Thank you so much.
Somebody has a hot mic. You're welcome, TM, and I'll see you. I think, are you coming today as well, team, or you got to?
Yes, sir. I'm going to get some coffee.
Love it. We got a hot mic. I don't know if that was TM or somebody else, but we're good. We can hear now. So thank you all for being here as well. Anybody else want to unmic, say your name, and chat with me about it?
Ramon. That was not me.
Oh, all good, brother. All good. Hey, Sartina.
This is Jeannie.
Jeannie, you first, Jeannie, then David Hill. Hey, Dr. Jeannie, go for it. All you, and then David Hill.
Okay, I just wanted to say the same thing. Just thank you so much. And how all the speakers, the logistics were amazing. The excitement and the connections were what made the day, I think. And the connections of not only the people in person, which you said you kicked off the event with that, but also the connections of the topics. Each speaker, it's like in here, it just dovetailed so well together, but the layering of wisdom and expertise. So amazing, amazing day. Can't wait for today. I'll pass the mic to Dave.
Hey, and Dr. Jean, just want to add to you and tell you, Trevor and I are already talking about doing another event, either this fall or next year, but Trevor and I are already talking. David Hill,
I'll
my
be
man.
there.
Thank you, Dr. Jeannie. Yeah, and hopefully be on stage as well, Dr. Jeannie. But David Hill, talk to me, man. You did such a great job opening people's minds about sales, which you know so well, from Kirby to, getting over objections and all that. But David Hill, the mic is yours.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, man, appreciate it. And I'm just honored to be part of the event. It's awesome, man. I loved it. You killed it. You started off strong. We ended strong with Jeff. This is a solid event, man. I'm just, like I said, grateful to have been a part of it. And TM, you did amazing as well, my friend. Just great. I'm looking forward to today, man. Just looking forward to today, and then looking forward to being part of this going forward, man. So congratulations, Ramon, on putting together an amazing event.
Yeah. Thank you, David Hill. It was amazing indeed. And we are talking about that. And I can imagine, David, the room being filled with 200 people, 300 people, 500 people. I can imagine it. It's definitely kudos to our speakers, you and TM and others. And big kudos, I must say, to Trevor Houston and Christina. They made it seamless and made it great. I've done many, many events. I know you have too, David. And I've usually done them solo or just with the event team. But having a partner, having somebody who was, right in line with me, a true partner at that event, made it all the difference. Trevor's an amazing human to work with. I just love his accent. Yo, Ramon. I'm thinking, man, should we do this? You know what I'm saying? Stars Tina, give me a thumbs up if you're ready, Queen. Good. But thank you all so much. And again, everybody, this is Ramon Ray. Thank you, Dolan. I'm like, well, Stars Tina put herself up there. But hey, welcome to Breakfast with Champions show. This is Ramon Ray. Again, we'll be morphing and changing next week. We'll be going back to Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces, programming, things of that nature. But video's not going away. The video bug. I've done video for years, Stars Tina, but it's bit me doing a show. So we will be doing video, but changing kind of how we're doing it and all things like this. But Stars Tina, talk to us a bit, then I'll put you solo here. But how you doing? How are things? You were there bringing a whole, I think you brought like 97 ladies and 6 buses in my mind with you. Stars Tina, talk to me, then I'll turn it over to you in a minute.
Hey, yes. We're feeling great. The ladies are like buzzing around the room now. They're so excited. I'm impressed. Like I told you yesterday, I went to the event in New York. I went to the event in Nashville, in Kentucky, and it's something different about this. I think it's the intimacy, and it's a game changer for me. You just keep getting better and better, Ramon, like wine.
Thank you. And I must say, Tina, I think that I love keynote speaking, which I do love. As you know, I fly around the world on keynote speaking on the biggest stages in the world, not biggest, but big stages in the world. And then number two, I love hosting events. So I love hosting as well. But I must say, Tina, even though it's exhausting to produce an event, as I know you know, but again, when you're serving, you were there to attend. I was there producing. It's a different role, right? So, but when you're producing it, Tina, it's a bit exhausting. However, I'm glad we did it. It was fun. So, Tina, I'm going to give you the segment over. This is Stars, Tina. Everybody, don't forget, Tina, tell everybody who you are. Tina will run this for another 28 minutes. And, Tina, when you're ready for video and all that, give me some grace. It'll take me a few seconds. I'm going to share it from my side, but we'll play together and just verbally cue me when you're ready. Mike's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, and also you, wherever you are. I am Stars Tina, your mind and body transformation coach. I am that person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. And I'm feeling supercharged this morning. Yes, it's 6 o'clock. Well, it's not even that late. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, but I've been up since like 3:30, just getting pumped and prepped for today. This is the second day. As you know, we have been talking about the breakfast. Did you hear that? I think there's I don't know if that was a coyote. What was that? A rooster? I don't know. There was this thing this morning. I'm outside, by the way. We're in this beautiful Airbnb. There was this thing. There's a fence back there. It was a possum. It was like this big. It was white and black. It was this big. And the tail was anyway, I know, get back to the point. Okay, what was I talking about? I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, I'm talking about the importance of going to in-person events. So as you know, I'm here in Dallas. Some of the ladies that are from BWC were here in this beautiful Airbnb. And yesterday was day one of the conference. And as I was telling Ramon earlier, it was so different. And before we came, we had this group chat going on. And I was like, okay, what are we going to do? What's the purpose? Why are we coming? Yes, we want to get together. We want to have fun. Because let me tell you, last night was hilarious. Can you guys hear that? Make some noise. I'm just curious if you hear these animals in the background.
Hey, Tina, I just want to say, if something happens, Tina, I want the Stars Tina brand. I want that name, and I'll build it. And we love you, and sorry something happened to you. If we see you being dragged away.
That's hilarious.
and let me know, Stars Tina. I know you have some guests coming. Just give me a verbal cue when you want others. I see some others that let me know. Okay.
Yes, wonderful.
Actually,
so you know what? We're just going to jump into it because I could talk forever. I want my girls to talk. But first, I made some videos. The first video I want to share with you is from the speakers. And then one girl that was just floating around. That was amazing. And it's so funny. If you want to see Ramon's keynotes, I recorded it. It's on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. And you will see his entire keynote. And it's amazing because he said earlier he didn't really know what he was going to talk about. And I remember when I was in New York, he had an opportunity to speak to everyone. And he said, you know what? I'm passing the mic to you. And he passed it to this amazing woman. I can't remember her name. She's from California. She makes these bears for people who've lost loved ones. Like she'll take their clothes and make cute little bears. And he gave up his spot for this person. So I'm like, okay, what is he going to do? And I recorded and timed everything. And he took the first 7 to 10 minutes, probably 7 minutes of his keynote to thank not everyone, but like certain people in the room. And someone said the importance of making people feel welcome, of making people feel loved. And again, it's about connection. I'm that person. If I go to the event, I'm probably not going to talk to the people that I'm with, because I'm going to see them all the time. I'm going to see them in the room. I'm going to see them in the hallway when we're eating. So I focus on people that I don't know. And by the way, Christina did an amazing job with the food. She had some beautiful, good chips and stuff. And I have to admit, I did have a donut. They had some Dunkin' Donuts there. I did have one because my energy was getting, yes, I know. Angeline made the same face. I was going to take a second one, but I didn't. I was getting a little tired. I need some sugar, but the donut was good. Anyway, I'm standing there getting my food, and there was this man standing in front of me, and he just was not saying anything. No one was talking to him. So I turned and say, hey, how are you? What's your name? I'm talking to him. And earlier that day, we went to see Trevor Houston's podcast. Oh my gosh, amazing, epic. I felt like I was in Fox News or in some big TV station. I have been in TV stations before, so that's what I thought when I went there. So I'm talking to this guy. I'm like, what's your name? And he's asking me about me. We're chatting back and forth. And he says, oh, well, I'm the owner of the TV network upstairs, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do a podcast. And then I said, I'm working on this TV show. Shameless plug. It's called The Mind and Body Awakening Show. This is a show that I'm putting together, and it's for women or people who've lost a loved one, and they want to share their story. And he's like, you know what? He's talking, meet me upstairs at 1:00. Guess what? I went up to the studio, and I got to go in all the he called one room the Oprah room. He had another room, and it just felt amazing. Now, do you notice how I opened my mouth? I started talking, right? Connecting with other people. And that's what you want to do with these events. So video is coming up right now. It's about 6 minutes long, but I went up to each speaker yesterday and I said to you, can you share one key takeaway? How do I know if you guys are they're ready with it? I guess they're ready.
Here we go. Let's see.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to do.
He's going to put these
share
the video.
Share. Thank you, Dolan. I'm
Oh,
going to do share screen.
In the building. Hi, ladies.
Here we go.
No, this is the man. This is the legend, one and only Ramon Ray.
It was amazing doing the Champions Business Conference, and my one main takeaway is to care.
We're live.
For an event, especially if you're doing an event, to care about the experience they're having and make sure they feel great and they're leaving better than they came. That's my one takeaway.
Woo! And you did that. You certainly did. All righty, guys. Amazing Kim Walsh Phillips here, and she's going to tell us her one key takeaway from the weekend.
You should surround yourself with other impact makers because that becomes your new normal. And when your new normal becomes all about impact, that's how you change the world.
Yes, and she did an amazing plug. Can you tell us about your book really quick?
My brand new book is called The Shift, How to Scale Your Business and Multiply Your Wealth Without Sacrificing You. All about to have a life of incredible impact and income, still having a life.
And she gave such an amazing offer today. We loved it. Thank you. Right here. This is amazing. And I'd like to know, what did you like best about the conference so far?
Honestly, there were so many takeaways, and I have to give it to the main point of collaboration and upskilling yourself. Those are the two things that just totally resonated with me. There are things you can be doing while you're sleeping that are making money for you while you're sleeping. And that has just really opened my eyes to just possibilities. And I don't even have like a business that's targeted to that. Like I deal with volunteering with youth, and that's been my focus. But I'm looking at, hey, how do I get that self-funded? Because I'm not made of money, so it's giving me ideas.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're here, Rhonda. I'll come down to your level. Rhonda, what did you like best about today's event? You know what? Always agree. So when you're closing a sale, always agree. I love the strategy for always agree because there's a lot of different ways that you can agree without agreeing. I love it. So you can say, oh, that may be so, or I hear you. You can do one of, no, my favorite is yes and.
Love it. And what do you do for a living?
I am a leadership executive coach. I also do leadership development and training, and I'm an emotional intelligence strategist. And I'm the host of the Coffee with Rhonda show.
We love that. Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is my favorite speaker of the weekend. Let me tell you, I got goosebumps, giggles, all that great stuff, pride, every emotion you brought to me. Can you please share with everyone one thing that you got from this event?
So the one common trend that we saw from everybody today, no matter what, biggest takeaway is that human connection, vulnerability has a direct result in success. And if you don't have both, you won't succeed.
Ooh, short, simple, and to the point. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, your biggest key takeaway from the event so far?
Yeah, my name is David Hill, and I help salespeople, entrepreneurs, business owners who struggle to handle objections, communicate better, close more sales, and make more money. My biggest takeaway is good question. My biggest takeaway, I think it was, maybe not as much of a takeaway as just a reminder that, you got to get people's attention first. And once you get someone's attention, and if you build trust with them, which Ramon talked about, is that trust, then they'll buy from you. Then it makes your sales process easier. So that's one of my biggest takeaways. I'm looking forward to day 2.
Love it. Thank you. Hey there. So tell me what your big key takeaway was from this weekend.
Well, I think it feels like a weekend, but it's really only been one day, and that is how power-packed the Champions Business Conference has been. I think the thing that I have loved today is the layering of each of the speakers. They each brought nuggets about our business, but everything was quite actionable. And I think hearing Ramon talk about getting the attention and building trust and building relationships set the tone for the entire day. And then each speaker has built his or her or their own additional tactic to that. And that is the magic. It's the connection of the topics and the connection of the people.
Love it.
So,
Thank
Champions
you.
Business Conference.
Woo! We would like to know what was your biggest key takeaway from this event?
Man, several. Like Ramon started it off first thing this morning. Well, I think Trevor started off. I missed it. Ramon this morning, several points. But I tell you, I think it was Walsh Phillips. Really just shutting it down, talking about the fact that we don't have to be stressed out in order to scale our business, right? You can scale your business without being stressed out. That's probably my number one takeaway as I'm trying to scale right now and keep my stress level to a minimum. So yeah, Walsh Phillips, shut it down.
Love it. Thank you.
I'm thinking,
As he's sitting here, he is thinking, this is one of the people, along with Ramon and Trevor, they put together this amazing conference. And right now, he is thinking of just one, whether it was Adam, whether it was Kim, Ramon, Jeff. What's the one key takeaway you can share with someone who
So
didn't?
I really like Kim and, how she had her pyramid and it stacked from your business model from social media to a webinar, an automated webinar, to a coaching program, to a mastermind or a mastermind, and it kind of leveled up. I really liked that model because that's what I see myself doing. And it was good to see it visually of how you start from the bottom, which is the social media and the books and the podcast. That's how you get people into your funnel. And then the automated webinar takes them and takes them up the funnel.
Love it. Thank you so much for doing an amazing event as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, so wasn't that amazing? Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Before I get into my ladies here, I want to hear from the Clubhouse people. I want to hear, I forgot to stream. I'm going to stream for myself. So if there's anyone in Clubhouse, we want to hear from you. All right, there's that coyote or whatever the heck that thing is. Coyote, dog, cat, I don't.
Good morning.
Anyone on the Clubhouse end? In Texas. Anyone on Clubhouse? I see Dr. Kim Walsh Phillips inspired us all. Yes. All right. So Clubhouse is like keeping it quiet. I want to hear from Meg. I'm going to say Meg the Stallion. From Madam Meg. That's what we call her. As you can hear here having fun, Madam Meg, who's taking care of us all, and the beautiful Maria. Can I tell you guys something? Why are they getting louder?
They really want to make sure you're awake.
Lord.
Well, people on Clubhouse aren't answering. They're trying to get to them. Guys, did you fall asleep? The rooster is here for you.
So last night when we came back to the room, I wanted to go to sleep. These guys are such bad influences. They've been keeping me up at night. They even tried to make. Anyway, so last night before we started playing games, the one there drinking water, she thinks she's Spanish or something because she was dancing some Macarena, trying to teach. Which one? You?
Maria.
Anyway, she's trying to teach everyone all this dancing. And then Maria up there, can I tell you, Maria has a nonprofit. I don't know if she has a nonprofit. Her mother passed away a few years ago. And she's a singer. Long story short, Maria gave my boys program. I have a nonprofit called the Molly Gaines program. This is a shirt, by the way. And Maria, that beautiful queen right there, gave the organization $500 last night. So we just want to give Maria a great big kudos. So Maria and Meg, tell us about your day yesterday. What did you enjoy most?
Well, first off, I have my New York cap on, and there's a strategy behind that. Both Maria and I are New York girls. And that when we met on BWC, and that was one of our connecting links with that. And so, yes, Miss Blessing there and from Brooklyn, but I'm just sharing about us in the screen. Now, they are out on the patio of our Airbnb. We're inside, and if you see behind us, we have a brick wall that has sparkles. So it goes along with the Sparkle sisters here, with Angeline, with her beautiful purple shrug there. So, you know, it's about collaboration. It's about that connection. It's about that love. And that's what, hello, Glenn, if you're here, you know, the love that you have just imparted to us from your heart, to all of us over all these years. And look at this, it just continues to grow. I love your video, you know, Stars, because again, we are all in this together and learning and growing together. So I met Maria back at the Grow for God in Lexington in 21, but she had heard me on Clubhouse and walked into the restaurant that the Rise and Grind folks had put together. See the thread over the years. And she walked in and she said, I had to meet you. I looked at her, okay. And so it's all of these moments in time. We can all look back and look at how we connected with each other, where we met each other, and it's just a very, very powerful thing. It's not just a beautiful thing, which it is, but it's a powerful thing.
Thank you so much, Madam. Maria, would you like to share your key takeaway from yesterday? What did you like best? And she looked amazing, guys. Let me tell you, she had on these heels. I don't know if she was looking for a husband or what, but anyway, what did you like best?
I tell you, it's still going on. And I could get emotional about it, because what I like best about these things is just how deeper the relationships are. They just go deeper. Seeing Dora Maria, seeing Ramon, Trevor, like TM, you know, just David, and being in this house with all of you. It's what life is about. It's about growing relationships, and the best part of what Glenn has built, is building, and will continue to build, is the love for growth. But we're growing spiritually. I'm growing. Tina, I said to you, I must have said 100 times yesterday, I love you. You have no idea. And it's from hearing your voice. Megan changed my life, saying, lean on the joy. Had to meet her. I muscled through a crowd to meet her. And now look, I'm looking at all your beautiful faces. So what I loved about yesterday is hugging and being with people, but I'm with you every morning. And that's what I love about this.
I love it. And let me tell you, there were other ladies that were supposed to come, like Dr. Tanjie, we're here with you, Jackie. And yes, we are here. Anyone on the Clubhouse end have a question? Well, I want to make sure there's space. Dr. Jeannie, if you want to jump through, she said, Meg Martino. All right, I made another video. I don't know if they're ready for this video. It's a quick 1-minute video, but we're talking about collaboration. So if you look on that screen right there, you see Mindy and this lady next to me right here. I actually met them in Nashville when I went, was that Nashville? Yes, when we went to Nashville. And again, connecting and collabing. Dale reports, and Mindy, share with us your key takeaways. And Mindy, I'm sorry, Dale.
And we're ready for the video, Tina, whenever you're ready. Keep leading, but whenever you're ready, just give me a confirmed heads up. And Twitter Spaces, again, my understanding of Twitter Spaces is kind of janky. It's not working so well, people are saying. So, Marilyn, feel free to proceed as you wish. If you think, we'll talk in the back chat. But continue, Tina, you're amazing. The Tina Wilson Show and ladies. Wow, this is amazing.
I love it. So I was practicing. You guys know I'm going to be doing a TEDx talk soon. It's not there, but it's happening. It's putting out in the universe. It's really disasters. But this morning I was practicing, and a part of my speech talks about how I got over my traumas. And it's by supporting other women with fitness, because that's my passion. So this right here, I hate to say, you guys, I'm doing it for me. The reason why I want you.
No, it's not about you. It's not about you.
Why
it kind of is. Okay.
It's not about you.
But it is. It is. Remember?
But it's not.
Okay.
I know.
Has anyone here seen Adam Smith? Let's just say I had to touch his arms, because he's like this incredible. It's like Incredible Hulk in person. He's not green, no. He's like tattoos all over, and he's standing next to me, and I'm like, what? Anyway. She's starting a fight with him while he's speaking on stage.
I'm not scared of anyone. What's he gonna do?
She's the Nigerian princess. Anyway, Dale and Mindy. Key takeaway, let's go. We got like 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes. Just unmic, say your name.
Dr. Dale Linghall here from DaleReports.com. Oh my goodness. Key takeaway. I'm going to have to say it is leaders, leaders, leaders. It's not all about you from Adam. That is my one key takeaway, that leaders, your number one job is to work on yourself. And that is what emotional intelligence is all about, being self-aware. You cannot or should not work leading a team, wanting to lead a team, if you haven't even addressed all of you. 100%. That's my takeaway.
Love it. Can you believe I've had no sugar yet? I've had no that much water tonight.
Water.
Mindy. I met Mindy in Nashville. We were together for New Year's Eve. She came to my house. We were supposed to go away last week, but I was like, no, I have to focus. I have to study for my TEDx talk. Anyway, Mindy, tell us your key takeaway, Mama.
I'm going to start with Trevor and end with Trevor. At the very beginning, we were in...
Okay, pause. Ladies, let's just say, if you're watching this right now, I'm going to shut up. Go
Don't
ahead.
say it, Tina.
I'm going to hush about Trevor. I'm going to hush about Incredible Hulk. Adam, I'm going to hush about TM. I'm going to hush. Ramon, you're in there too.
Not Ramon, Kim, like all of them. Every single one of them.
But let me just go back to Trevor.
Just to be clear, I don't... Oh, go ahead, Mindy. After you, Mindy. Go.
Go ahead, Ramon. I
No.
want to hear this.
Nope. Mindy, it's all you. Go.
No, Ramon.
Lucy wants to hear it too.
Okay, so we were in the live taping of Trevor's TV show, and he was so comfortable. Everything that he did, even when he made a mistake, he was like, wait, I messed that up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just say it again. And then he just said it again. No big deal. And he asked questions, and when someone would say something, he would follow it up with a question. He was so laid back, like you were just in his living room, just talking to him, just in his zone.
Yeah.
And you just felt like family, like you were just the phrase that Glenn says, everyone has a seat at the table. You really actually felt like you were having a seat at the table. And then at the end of the conference yesterday, at the end of the day, he said, when he was at the table, when he was having his seat at the table at the very beginning, his prayer to God was, I have a fear of public speaking. And I was just shocked that he said that, because
you couldn't see it.
I never would have guessed that.
Nope.
And I'm at that point too, where I have that fear of public speaking, and I'm a teacher,
Yeah.
and so students, but to talk in front of adults,
different story.
And so for Trevor to say, just do it, just get over it, just do it. That took all the other things that Kim Walsh Phillips and Adam Smith and Ramon and everybody said. Just do it. Just do it.
Can you hear me, Ramon? Can you hear me? Okay, so we're gonna play a quick. It's only 1 minute, but it's like a quick fast of our funness, and then I'm gonna have my girls out here talk. So let's go for it. The coyotes want to be heard. Thank you, Mindy.
It's not a coyote.
Oh, you know what I mean.
You are not in charge of
It's a Chewbacca.
Hopefully it plays. Hey! Woo! All right, my ladies out here, go for it. We got 2 minutes before we have to finish.
Hi, everyone. I'm Angeline Moore. I just have to say that
the biggest takeaway for me, and it resonated with every speaker that showed up because every speaker was so amazing and from the very beginning, and it is just show up. Just do it. Just be here. Connect. Because even last night, after Ramon told us, stop being on your phone, I was on my phone trying to get all the pictures together to send to Stars to do that reel. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I need to connect with my ladies. So just show up, y'all. It's so much fun.
Yes. Our Nigerian princess. What did you love best?
Well, yes, good morning. I definitely love that picture of me in that last reel. I would like to have framed and blown up on my wall. No, but the greatest takeaway for me was definitely about vulnerability and just leaving yourself open like that and how much of a big shift it can make. For the people who were there, aside from listening to me fight my allergies, there was definitely a part where Kim Walsh was speaking, and it was just about that shift where I'm tired. Okay, we're all doing so much, and Glenn has that sleep science down to a pack. I don't know if he needs to write a book, and I don't know, but we do so much, and I'm just grateful to be around all of this beautiful energy that means it's genuine. Love it here.
Love it, love it. And our girl Melody here.
Hi, I'm Melody Mitchell, Trusted Real Estate Advisor, EXP, Tennessee and Mississippi. My greatest takeaway was when Ramon said getting connected in an unconnected world, in the digital connection, just walking up and saying hi, because I'm always trying to figure out how can I approach this person. Just say hi, and just watching everybody and seeing the connection and the willingness to add and provide value just meant everything. So just being here and connecting is my best takeaway.
Yay. Thank you.
Hey, Tina, I know time is short, and I want to give you the last closing. I just wanted Kim to say hello and have her there. You can chat with her as you want, but I just wanted to jump in and say one thing. And then I'm going to turn back to you, Tina, and then you can chat with Kim, and then we'll evolve out, and Kim will take the lead. But I want y'all to chat a bit. But I just want to say, Tina, you are the type of person, Tina, who is a force multiplier and influencer, and I think this is why I love you so much, and we vibe. This sounds self-serving, but it's not. But you remind me so much of myself. When I attend events, even if I'm not on stage, the amount of photos and video interaction that I'm adding value to, you feel the presence of Ramon. So, Tina, I give you your flowers, your medal, your stars. Every event I do, I should pay you to attend my event because of how you show up. But, Tina, talk to Kim a bit, chat a bit, and then I'm going to transition to Kim. But, Tina, the mic is yours. Go for it.
Kim, everyone's loving you. We're loving you. Thank you for your book. It's amazing. I'm just speechless. I just want to say Ramon and Glenn and all of the champions before me. I don't know if you guys know this, but the way I got my segment on BWC was Trevor had a contest. They had a pitch contest, and I actually won it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Angeline said she was in it too, and she got a shirt.
I got a t-shirt.
I said, I didn't get a t-shirt. She said, you got a segment. But I want a t-shirt. So we're gonna toss it over to Kim. I am Stars Tina.
Well, I gotta pause for a second because first of all, girl, you gotta add some filter to that one video of me in the bright sunshine and the I was like, what's happening? Okay, besides that, I loved everything. I mean, y'all said such sweet things, but you also had an impact on others. So I don't want you tend to, when you're being told that, Saracina, you tend to gloss over it and go back over to other people. I want you to take a second. Ladies sitting next to her right now, can you place your hands on her for a hot minute and let her feel this? You are making an impact with your presence. Lord, thank you for these women. Thank you for the impact that they make. Thank you that they don't just show up for themselves, but for the world. Help to inspire, empower, and let them light the world on fire as you created them to do. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we're talking about.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Guys,
Okay.
It's all to you, Kim. We're throwing it to you.
Yay! Well, y'all, I am super stoked to be with you this morning. And do you like the lovely Hilton curtains? I think it's just great. It's great. The lighting is awful. The curtain's great. No, it's not. But we're showing up anyway, as we do. So this happened this week. Y'all made this happen this week. So if you didn't get it yet, shiftbookbonus.com, you can get the book and all the fabulous bonuses and stuff. But This book launched on Tuesday, was published on Tuesday, released to the public, and we hit bestseller. Yay! And you helped make that happen. And the Amazon sold out of all the books they had hired from my purchased from my publisher, that they put another double order in, got more books, and it was amazing. And what I want to talk to you about is the night before, the night before the launch, and how I got through it, and what I'm doing now, and how you can apply this to your life. So the night before, the night before the launch, a friend of mine, he was getting an IV. He's a performer, and he was replenishing his body. And I said, oh, that looks so good. I'm jealous. I wish I could get one too. And I said, but I think right now I'd like mine to be filled with Tito's. Let me take a serious now, because I'm feeling it's going to be a little bit clashing with the mic. Okay. So I think it's going to be, I'd like to be filled with Tito's. And he's like, oh, first world problems. And I was like, thanks for being so supportive. He's like, oh, you know, you got this. And when he said, you know, you got this, it like opened up a floodgate of crazy thoughts, because I didn't know I got this. I was like, no, I don't. I don't know I got this. I don't know that anybody's going to buy this book. I don't know that it's going to be a bestseller. Here I am, someone who does marketing, going live in front of all these humans, seeing if can I actually do what I say that I do? And I'm like, my brain had gotten to a place of, y'all, this is where my brain went. It not only is it not going to sell, but it is not going to sell. It is not going to be bestseller. It's not even going to get in the top 10. People are going to see me as a marketing fraud. I'm going to lose my coaching clients. My whole business is going to crash. I'm going to end up with a sign at the Publix grocery store saying, please support my family. My, who am I? And then it went on. He's like, you're going? Yes, I'm going. It went on to say, who am I? My life is a bit of a hot mess express right now. If you heard me talk about this with Glenn on Tuesday, there's a lot of unpacking happening in my life right now. It's a little messy. Who am I? Who am I to give people advice on their life and their business? Who am I? Like, how could I do this? How can this happen? And I mean, I finally, what I'm grateful for is I had the space to say all of the fears out loud. Because I think, oh, I didn't even put any dishes here on the table. I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, we are so used to holding it all in. You're giving me space to go get a tissue. Is that what you're doing, Ramon? I'll go get a tissue. You do it. You think 1 second.
And I think Kim's right. Kim's talking about, I mean, sometimes entrepreneurship is tough. It's not easy. Your back's against the wall. The pressure fills you. And I fully understand what Kim's saying here. Kim Walsh Phillips, her book coming out, she's talking to us. We're seeing the glow after. But she's giving us a story how it felt beforehand, where we all have been. All have been. Back to you, Kim.
Yeah, thank you. So we are so used to holding it all in for our clients' benefit, for our family's benefit, for our team's benefit, that we have to show up as this leader, and we should. Like, I would create a terrible work environment for my team if on every staff meeting I was like a sobbing hot mess express. Like, that would not, no one would want to work there. That would be an awful place to be. I need to be confident enough to lead them forward. And so we're so used to holding it in, but I think at a certain point, it's going to come out in some way. It's going to come out in burnout. It's going to come out in nervous breakdown. It's going to come out in inappropriate, life-destructive behaviors. It's got to come out in some way. And this anxiety was like building. I have never been an anxiety person. I definitely have ADHD, but I've never had anxiety. And this is the first time in my life, like this past 30 days, ever since that awakening of my past, I have been anxious, and I never had that feeling before. I'm working with my life coach to work on breathing and how I get through it. But like 48 hours before the book launch, it was at an all-time high. And night before book launch, I had gone every place of destruction, gloom, and despair that one can go to. I was not motivational to my team. We had our team meeting, the day before, and I should have been like, "Yay, you can do it!" And I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. Literally, y'all, that was my motivational speech. I don't know if this is going to work. I had no belief. I had complete anxiety. I was 1000% imposter syndrome. Okay. So all of the things, if you've ever felt any of those things, that's exactly what I felt the night before. And what I needed and what you need when you think that way is someone you trust to say it to. Like, I think we're so used to holding those thoughts inside as an entrepreneur that we do ourselves a disservice, because sometimes we need to release it and say it out loud to someone we trust so that they can tell us we're wrong. As self-serving that is, we need that sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay. And he went through all of the reasons why I was wrong. All of the reasons why I was wrong. And the final thing he said was, and if that does happen, Kim, if it doesn't sell tomorrow, it will. You will be a bestseller tomorrow. But let's just say it doesn't. You are a fighter, and you will figure it out and make it right. When in your life have you ever said, no, it just didn't work out, and walk away? You never have, and you never will. No matter what happens, you've got this. And I needed that. I needed the belief of somebody else in that moment to be able to step forward into my next phase, which was so scary for me. It's okay to need some accountability. It's okay to need to lean on someone. It's okay to have fears and doubts. All of this is fine. It means you're human, and it means you're stepping into something bigger than you that you need to do in order to achieve who you were created to be. So if you don't have somebody right now, find somebody that you can be accountable to. Now, a few tips on this. And then I actually have something from the book that I want to read to you. Okay, a few tips on this. The person that holds you accountable should be somebody you are willing to trade places with on the thing you're being willing to be held accountable on. Get what I'm saying? Okay, so let's say I'm a young person ready to get married, and there are certain things that I want to do to be a great spouse moving forward. Well, the person that holds me accountable should be someone who has a great marriage. Right. Okay, let's say I am someone who wants to write a book, and I want to make sure I write a page a day. The person that I'm being held accountable to should be someone who has actually published a book. Yes. For my coaching clients, I have created multiple 7-figure businesses. I hold them accountable as they scale to 7 figures and beyond. I've actually done it. Make sure the person that holds you accountable has actually done the thing that you want to do. The second thing about being held accountable by somebody is that they should be somebody who could see beyond the present circumstance. Ooh, yeah. There's a whole lot of people in our life who only get what's happening right now, and anything else out there makes them question the future. And they don't like questioning the future. They don't like you denormalizing their normal, so they will tell you reasons why you shouldn't do that thing you want to do. Because if you do that thing you want to do, it might make the thing that they want to do seem possible. And if the thing they want to do seems possible, then they might have to actually do it. And they're so freaked out by this concept that they won't. So they make your thing seem abnormal so that they can stay stuck where they are. The third thing is you better want to keep, if you're paying someone for accountability, you don't have to worry about this step. But if this is a peer-to-peer accountability, then you better want to keep them accountable to their thing too. And you have to be willing to call them out when they're not being accountable. I actually sat with Trevor and Ramon last night after we were done, and I asked them both questions that were accountability questions, let's just say, because I care about them both and I want them to succeed. You need somebody who's going to be willing to have conversations with you that other people won't, so you can achieve things that other people don't. Okay, that's all about accountability, and you want to have that in place. And it is so flipping important to have somebody you can be held accountable to, that you can share things with, that gets you, that inspires you, encourages you. You need that. It is not an option. As entrepreneurs, we love to think, I'm a party of one. I could do all the things. No. Party of one ends up becoming an alcoholic. Party of one gets addicted to drugs. Party of one has a nervous breakdown. Party of one is indicted on embezzlement. Party of one does things to get the dopamine hit that they need in order to continue forward because they're not releasing their fears and stress and anxieties in any other way. You want to move forward in a positive, incredible way you can be proud of. Have somebody you can share your stuff with that's going to hold you accountable. Okay. All right. Back to this. If you don't have this yet, today is the day to get it. The reason being that, and you're going to go shiftbookbonus.com. It's theshiftbookbonus.com or shiftbookbonus.com. And when you get this book, you will get $3,000 worth of bonuses, and you get a ticket for my one-day event called Scale Fast Formula Live. And that ticket is $1. Just today, though, then it expires. It goes to 97. So you want to get the book today, and you want to go to shiftbookbonus.com to get all the goodies. I want to read you a couple things from the book. So one of the things that we talked about, oh, you know what? Let me tell you something else first, and then I'm going to read you something special in the book. Yesterday, I spoke at the Breakfast with Champions event, which was amazingly awesome because the first stop on my book tour, y'all, in Dallas. Yeehaw. And Ramon had suggested that I come to speak at this event as a way to kick off my book tour and a way to promote the book. And this is my first week of book sales, and it matters to the publisher and Amazon and all the things if you sell a bunch of books your first week. And it's actually important for the first 3 weeks. So if you have a podcast and would like me to be a guest on your show in the next 2 weeks so I can promote my book, just send me a message because I really like that. Okay, so I do my presentation to promote. I knew at the end of the presentation, I was going to tell them all to buy my book. Now, I was in a room of people who had already bought my book because they were already supportive on Tuesday. So when we're trying to make a marketing message or an offer, we do not lead with the thing we want them to do for us because nobody cares about us. What they care about is that what it's in it for them, okay? So you've got to set it up. Now, how do you make it irresistible? I'm in a room full of people who've already bought my book. They could very well say, and a lot of them did, you're great, I have your book, it was great. Awesome, I love it, amazing. But I need them to go buy a book again. So how am I going to get them to do that? This is what I did. I created a presentation all about the Scale Fast formula. Well, first I started it with an in-person wave, human wave that we did to celebrate Trevor and Ramon and Christina for all the great work that they did at the event. Then we got into my talk, and then I set it up that I had an irresistible offer for them. I first created the need for the offer by setting up, you need the fast formula to grow your business. Then I gave them an offer and said, you're going to get everything you need inside the fast formula to grow your business in this incredible offer. The value of the offer was $17,498. And I said, but you're not going to do that today. You're not even going to do an offer for $97. In fact, my offer for today is $25. Now, people jumped up to run to the back of the room to get my offer. I said, oh, no. Sit down. I didn't tell you what you need to do yet. My offer is $25. You're going to go on Amazon. My book is $25. It's actually only $22 today, but $25. You're going to go on Amazon and buy my book. And when you do, after you buy my book, you're going to go to the back of the room and you're going to fill in a piece of paper and we're going to send you the power pack. And if you buy 10 books, I'm going to do a one-on-one session with you. On my website, I only do a one-on-one session with you if you buy 48 books, but because you're in this room, do 10. Y'all, the entire room did it. The entire room did it. Every single person. There wasn't anybody in there who didn't get my book and go to the back of the room to get their bonus, get a photo with me, get the autograph, all the things. If I had set it up first, I want you to get my book. They'd be thinking that first. And then, and you will get these things. No, it was actually get this incredible bonus package. You want this? Awesome. Get the book. So always approach marketing and sales with what the person wants first. Hey, Ramon, I got to go off one more second. I forgot to grab my glasses. So I'm going to be just a second. So you can offer some feedback on all the things.
I love it. I was actually I was in the room, and some people, when they say these kind of things, they lie. I was in the room. The entire room jumped up, jumped up, jumped up. And I think what Kim Walsh is talking about, the aspect of giving the incredible offer. The incredible offer, making it so irresistible. And when you're ready, just give the thumbs up. Dolan will bring you up. Giving the offer that's so incredible that people have to do it. That people have to do it. That's the name of the game. And I was in the room and seeing that happen when Kim, it was like, I didn't know if the room was spiked, if Kim Walsh had her team like put stuff in the air.
A frenzy.
Am I right, TM? It was
a
insane.
frenzy. She's not playing. It was a frenzy.
Yes. TM, we had to like call the police, man.
Crazy.
TM,
Y'all are funny.
Back to you, Kim.
Okay, you guys are so funny. Yeah, it was good. It went well. Okay. So I wanted to read you the very conclusion of this book for you as a gift to all of you here. So it's in the very back under in conclusion. Okay. So I'm going to read this to you because this is for everybody in the Breakfast with Champions world. In conclusion, you can and you will. They did it. I did it. We did it. We set out on something others may see as small, but to us, it wasn't. It was a symbol of setting your sights on a goal and then working to accomplish it. I volunteered as a coach for Girls on the Run, and one recent Saturday, we ran our 5K race. It was 55 degrees out with a slight mist in the air, and the weather was perfect. Even better was the joy these kids had and the pride they felt after working towards a goal and accomplishing it. When we had our final meetup on the following Monday, I asked them why they were thankful they came. They all said they hadn't thought they could do it at the start of the semester, and then they did. They were happy, relieved, proud, all the things. They set out to accomplish something they didn't think they could do, but took a step forward anyway. With each step, they got stronger and faster. They believed more in themselves. That is what brought them to the I did it moment. It was the moment of crossing the finish line, literally and figuratively. The same emotions you have when you set your sights on any goal and move from it. You move from, I want it, but can I do it? To, this may not work, but I'm going to try it anyway. To, this may actually be possible. To, wow, I did it. It all starts with a desire and moving forward despite uncertainty. There is literally no way to be certain until you actually do it. As we come to the end of this book journey together, my question for you is this. What's one goal you want to achieve that you aren't sure is possible, but that doesn't stop you from wanting it? Is there one thing you can do today to make it possible? As you embark on your journey to becoming an anti-hustle and grind, powerful professional, choosing to have a lifestyle and empire business at the same time, the journey may look long. It may feel impossible. You aren't always going to be sure that you can do it. Then you'll take a step anyway, and another, and another. Each step brings you one step closer to crossing the finish line to your goals. You may not believe yet that you can do it, so borrow some of my belief that you can. Take one step towards that goal today, and soon you will be rounding the bend where the finish line appears. And I'll be at the finish line with a big sign with leopard print letters, cheering the loudest in the crowd as you do. You can and you will. That is the conclusion of this. And for all of you who jumped in and got the book and dove in to start believing more that you can do more, bring more, say more, accomplish more, I wrote this for you. And I'm grateful that you bought it, but I will be so much more grateful if you do something with it. This was created for you to have the impact on the world that you were created to make with the steps to get you there. And as I move forward on this journey, the fact that my publisher told me Wednesday that we had already sold over 1,000 books was something I truly did not believe was possible. I did not think I was going to do that. I had literally no belief whatsoever, but I stepped forward into it anyway. And I think that's the thing that we're being called to do, to not know that we can. Like, how could we possibly know that we can before we do? How can we? We never did it before. So how can we know that we can do it? When I, just a few weeks ago, I recorded the audiobook version of this. And my greatest fear going into that process was that I would hate it. And I read it to myself, that I would find all of these like all these errors in it or mistakes. I wrote it a year ago. And yeah, stuff's changed in a year. And there's some things like, oh, that's different now. But it was good. Like, I was actually reading it thinking it was good. And it was kind of cool to be able to look back on something you had done and feel with confidence, this is actually a really good book. But I was still nervous before I did it. How was I going to know how good it was until I actually went and read it, right? It's okay that we have that uncertainty before we do the thing. That means we're normal. That's the thing that we are created. We're going to have that fear. We were given that so we didn't walk off the cliff, so we didn't get eaten by the bears, so we didn't touch the fire. Those are all things that are super, super normal, right? Super normal. And we have them in place on purpose because we're supposed to be kept safe. But those same feelings pop up when we're going to do something that's going to make us more into an impact maker. And just know that feeling is normal. And the thing that you say to yourself is, you don't have to say to yourself, I can do it. Because sometimes we just don't know. Just don't know. And all we're going to say next is, I'm curious to find out if this will work. That's a statement that I've been able to fully hold on to when I'm super scared and really freaked out. I can't sometimes say, I know I got this. I can do it. I can achieve it. I don't always know I got this. I don't. And that's okay. So instead, my wording is, I'm curious to find out if this will work. That allows me to step forward into my next step without having a certainty if it's completely achievable. So that is the scoop on the shift. I don't know, Ramon, can we take a couple of thoughts or any shares or any things that came open for people? Okay,
and
awesome.
Kim, indeed, thank you for challenging. Thank you for challenging me. Yesterday was great sitting with you, and I'm still thinking about last night. All right, everybody, we've got 6 more minutes to go. Dr. Tanjie and her crew are coming up, talking about health. I think it is in a few more minutes. This is Kim Walsh Phillips. Definitely go to the link, shiftbookbonus.com, shiftbookbonus.com. Buy the book for yourself. I have my copy, and I must say, buy the book for a few others as well who you can help. It's not about Kim to some degree. It's about you, and it's about Kim. Kim's added value to me. Added value to me on Clubhouse, so I'm buying the book. All right, Clubhouse side, we've stopped the Twitter Spaces side. Clubhouse side, unmic, say your name and say, yo, Kim, I got a question, or just talk to Kim. Let's go.
This is Jeannie. Yo, Kim. I was told to say it. All right, Kim, what you just said was so important of your concern, anxiety, whatever it was about, will this book be good? And then reading it out loud to yourself. I've had the exact same experience when I wrote a dissertation years ago, and I didn't show it to anyone. I didn't show it to anyone because there was a typo on page 3. And so I didn't show it for a long time. And finally, the president of the organization I'd written about said, bring me that book. And she said, my background is literature. I'm an English PhD, and I had typos in mine. And it was the same kind of thing. I pulled that book out recently, started reading it, and so your thoughts you just gave were so important of, you know what, you know this stuff. We read your book, but I think each of us has, the book, the course, or whatever it is. But thanks for reminding us that we know this stuff. And so you are creating that shift. Thanks, Kim.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for that share.
You know what?
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's Brielle.
Brielle then TM. Brielle then TM.
Go for it.
Okay, awesome. I love, I think we were supposed to start with, hey, Kim. Right. So here's what.
I mean, I like it. I like it a lot.
Right. I'm good with instructions. Instructions do really well with me.
Okay, so hey Kim, here's what I got from this. In the beginning, when you shared with vulnerability, but more than anything, when you were on stage and you gave that call to action, what I learned in that space was sometimes we we shy away from not just sharing our book. Sometimes we shy away in this room or in spaces in life from selling, right? And then explaining why we're selling. And what I what was just shared to all of us was don't just be the type of person that, shares in your spaces, but be really unapologetic about selling once, selling twice, selling three times, asking for what you really want. And to hear you say, hey, everyone's already bought my book, but I unapologetically know that this is an amazing product. So I'm going to go and ask everyone in a room who's already done a thing to do another thing. And then I'm going to get on stage right now and tell everyone how you were such a great marketer that you got us all to buy another thing, right? What that takes is um, a certain level and amount of, I guess, just unapologeticness, right? Really owning your craft. And what I believe everyone else got in the room from this particular story was that when we own our craft, we can ask not just once, not just twice, but three times, and then tell the story of why we did it. So thank you for the vulnerability.
I love that. Yeah, that is absolutely true. And it's even less about my ownership of craft, although I love that perception. It's more about my unapologetic mission of impact. And I know the way we're going to reach more people with this book, which is literally going to change the world, is by it ranking higher on Amazon, because the more people will discover. And the only way it ranks higher on Amazon is if we sell more books. And then when we sell more books, it makes a point that it goes into the bookstores. And there might be that one entrepreneur who's about to make a terrible decision because they feel burnt out, that sees this book on a shelf in a bookstore, that gets it, and it changes their life. So yeah, when we step into the whole reason why we're selling is to serve, I will sell at any time, at any moment, at any day, because my desire is of service, and I love that. So thanks for that feedback.
Hey, Kim TM, just a little bit real, just share, just the vulnerability. I think we have heard another level of vulnerability, I think come from you with this particular project. And it's unbelievable, right? And so I think when it's really about the human connection, first and foremost, we all have connected with you. I can speak for myself, right? 4 books later. It's not just because, right, I have money to spend, but it's because I believe in you, right? Support you, but I think you just know how to connect. The one thing that you just said that I want everybody in the room to really understand, right? With the levels of success that you've experienced, it could be easy for you to say, I got this. But the human part that we all experience is like, no, we don't always have it, right? Mm-hmm. So I just appreciate your entire share, because not only is it vulnerable, I reflected back on my presentation yesterday, and what gets focused on gets done. I never hit the last slide that even showed my contact information, right? How to reach me. I didn't even go there because I was focused on time and just delivering. And so what gets focused on gets done. Congratulations. And we just love you.
Oh, I love you back. Love you back. So good. Well, Ramon, thank you so much for having me today. It's such a pleasure and honor to get to serve alongside of you. And I can't wait for day 2.
Indeed. Kim Walsh Phillips, thank you so much. Don't forget, everybody, shiftbookbonus.com. This is the Kim Walsh Phillips, KWP, whatever you want to call her, but definitely follow Kim. Thank you for being here. I've learned a lot from watching you, and I hope you feel our love. Shiftbookbonus.com. Kim, see you in a few minutes. God bless.
See you in a few minutes. Bye.
Thank you. Everybody, that was Kim Walsh Phillips. Our next segment is coming up. Dr. Tanjie, give me a thumbs up. Just want to make sure you and your crew are ready to go. Good, I see your thumbs up. I hope you're enjoying this show. We can give one more second, Dr. Tanjie. Hope you're enjoying this segment, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Breakfast with Champions show, a live streaming on Clubhouse. Today, we've had the Dallas Champions, the Champions Business Conference, and our next segment coming up is going to be a few things. Let me just explain what's going on here. We have Walsh Phillips, who just concluded. We have Dr. Tanjie, who's going to be going on live video. We have Scott Simon, who's coming up on Clubhouse only, and we have more programming as well. Don't forget to share this page. Don't forget to let the other person know, how you're providing value, what you're doing, how this has impacted your life. Dolan, now you can bring up definitely Dr. Tanjie. And let me remove the amazing banner I have here. Dr. Tanjie, good morning. How are you? What's going on in your world?
Good morning, Ramon. Feeling vivacious over here in Chicago. How are you in Dallas? I know you guys are having a party over there.
You know, Dr. Tanjie, let me tell you how I feel. So everything we said was great and all that. I feel great. But let me tell you, being in the CST world is no joke. Like a 4 a.m. wake up in the EST world is 3 a.m. in the CAST world, Dr. Tanjie. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I feel you. I do it every Tuesday, Ramon. I'm up at 3:30 and on at 4. I know what you're feeling.
You are amazing indeed. But I'm going to turn it over to you and Dolan. Well, I'll do the camera in a minute, Dolan. But I'll put you on full screen, Dr. Tanjie. And then when you're ready with your guests, however you want to roll, just give me some verbal cues and let me know how and when to bring up others. Okay? The show's all yours. This is Dr. Tanjie Brewer, the health person, fitness and fashion. And her show is today, Dr. Tanjie.
Hello, everyone. Happy, beautiful, wonderful Friday. I trust that you are feeling vivacious and that you are feeling like you have the energy to conquer whatever it is that you need to conquer today. I am your host today, Dr. Tanjie Brewer, the CEO of Stylish and Fit. It is a company that is destined to help you rock your purpose with more vitality than ever before. There are thousands across the globe that have taken my award-winning Lifestyle Vitality Challenge that are standing up today that are saying, I know that I can unleash the very best that I've ever been in my entire life. So if you're at a position where you're feeling like, you know what, I look at how I was back then at 25 and you go, well, I don't have the same energy. I don't have the same vitality I wish. I want you to erase that right now. Erase that stinking thinking, because you, my friends, you have the ability to unleash the very best that you have ever been in your entire life. And it is the moment. And I'm asking you to seize the moment and jump in the moment, jump into the here and now. And when we seize things now backwards means that we've already won. So all of you that are listening today are winners in the area of your health and your fitness. We can't change a lot of things in the world, everybody. A lot of things that's going on, but one of the things that we can change is the very health direction of our life, the very heart direction too, and the head direction of where we're headed in the area of our health and our fitness. So today I am going to challenge you and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can feel better than you did at age 25. I'm going to tell you a little story. I was just strolling through the grocery store and I was upbeat like I always like to be. And I will encourage you to, no matter where you are, understand that you can change the environment. Your energy is meant to change the environment, and health and wellness has a lot to do with that. So I was in the grocery store and I was strolling, and of course my buggy is looking vivacious. I've got all my colors in there because I started on the playground is what I call it. That is where the fruits and the vegetables and all the great stuff is. So that's where I started. And I'm strolling, and there's this woman, and she has this beautiful gray hair, beautiful flowing gray hair, and she looks over at me and she looks at my card and she's looking, wow, that's a very energizing card. And then she goes, you know, she's like, I used to look like you and feel like you and be upbeat when I was 25. And I looked at her. I said, the age that you are now, you have the ability to unlock that same glorious feeling, and you don't have to look back. You see, many people look back and they want to grasp or hold on to what they feel they've lost. They feel like they've lost their vitality, feel like they've lost their health. They look at their bodies, they stand in the mirror and they go, oh my gosh, I have more roles than I did at 25.
And oftentimes I will say that those roles that you're looking at, that's unreleased potential. That's unreleased energy towards your dreams. And if you put more effort and if you understand that there's a direct correlation between your purpose and your health and your wellness, your entire perspective towards health and wellness will change. When people tell me, I want a dream house, I can't wait to have my dream house, I look at them and go, do you know that you already have your dream house because you house your dream? You carry a purpose. So everybody is walking around with the baddest, the biggest dream house that you have ever had. So I'm going to ask you, what is the environment of your dream house? And we're going to get right into it with my steps to unleash the best that you've ever been and be better than ever. And when you were at age 25, the first thing I want to talk to you about is in the area of the environment of your body. Remember, I said you already have your dream house. And I often will say that your plate is your mandate, right? When you look at your plate, it should reflect your mandate, which is your calling upon this earth. Every time you eat, you should ask yourself, what is this plate about to serve me? So I have two here, which I will say, your fork is your torch. So I have two little things here. You guys know what these are? Okay, so you ever have someone coming over and you want to light candles? And I remember I'm having guests coming over. I have the house done all nice. I have my fresh flowers and I have the food just prepared, right? It's smelling good. I have all of my candles all around the home ready to be lit. And I go, and have you ever gone and tried to light that thing and you can't get it lit? You're like, I can't get it lit. You can't light your candles. And you wish you had one that you could light. What I want to let you guys know today is that your fork carries your what? Your torch. So your torch, you guys, that's the fire within you. Your torch is your ability to light up the atmosphere everywhere you go. Your fork carries your torch. Your food, my friends, is energy. And every time you lift that fork, I want you to understand that you are about to turn the lights on in your body, or you're getting ready to turn the lights off. You see, food has an energetic flow to it. And every time you eat life, it releases a message to your body, vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin D, all of these things. But when you eat that processed food, it blocks the messages and your body all of a sudden becomes silent. And you wonder, I'm going into the day and I can't light the fire. And I wish I had that torch to light up the atmosphere. My friends, your fork carries your torch. And if you want to feel better than you did at age 25, you must realize that you have the ability every time you look at your plate to increase your energy currency. I want you to look at your plate like this. Okay, look at your plate and look at it as your money, you all, a plate of money. All right. And if you have, let's say, a fresh salad, okay, you may have $100 bill. You may have 25 cents if you have fries on the side, right? You may have a dime if you have that broccoli that is at a restaurant but still covered in salt, right? And when you look at that plate, you're going to say, how much is this about to serve me? Many people don't look at their food as their investment in their body, but it is indeed, my friends, an investment in you. So the first thing that I would say, and in the efforts of unleashing the best that you've ever been, feeling better than you ever did at age 25, is knowing what your fork is serving you. That's why I wrote this book. It's called Serving You Life. It is a cookbook that is meant to serve every recipe with the knowledge of understanding what is this about to serve me. So I break it down. Every recipe also shows you, all right, if I'm having beets with this is about to electrify my heart because it has potassium that's so great. So I know that when I eat this, that I am going to have more energy. I'm going to help my blood pressure, right? And then it also, let's just say, for example, you're having power greens. It's going to show you, all right, when you eat, you have to understand that every plate has a different rating, like I said, an energy currency, and it's called the Indy score. So what I was saying about the power greens, understanding that every green is not created equally. For example, your spinach is different than your kale on the Indy score. So what is it going to serve you? How much impact of energy are you going to have?
That kale is rated 1,000 on the Indie score, and spinach, though it's good, it's not rated as much as kale. So what I serve in this book, my desire is to make sure that I serve a greater impact. So every time you lift that fork, guess what it is, everybody? It is your torch, baby. It's keeping that fire burning, that every time you go into an atmosphere, it illuminates, you shake up that atmosphere. That is what it's about. And later in the show, don't go anywhere, because you're going to hear from some women that have lit the torch in their life, that have taken the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge, my award-winning challenge. And guess what? It's going on right now. And they're continuing to transform their bodies. So the second thing is your fitness is your witness, baby. Whenever you get on that fitness floor, it is a meeting, like I've always said, in the boardroom between you and yourself. And so how do you get better and feel better than you were at age 55? You incorporate my Fitness Focus 5. All right. I'm going to run down really quick with you, because you guys are here today and you're saying that I want to be better. If you are listening, you understand that you have the ability to unleash the very best that you've ever been. And so you want to make sure that your strength training, that you're incorporating that, because we lose muscle after we turn 25 years of age. And if you don't have a strength training regimen that is consistent, you will not feel better than you did at 25. Well, you want to feel good at 55 too, right? And then the next thing is your stretching. Stretching prevents injury. Do you have a regimen that is set every day as it pertains to stretching? I'm not talking about getting up, holding stretches for 1, 2, 3 seconds. No, I'm talking about being deliberate and intentional, because when you're intentional, you are dimensional, meaning that you're going to climb higher in life. The next thing is meditation. Can you shut off the brain and silence your mind and gift your mind the gift of relaxation for at least 15 minutes of a time? A lot of people are not able to do it. The next thing is your cardio. Can you vigorously challenge yourself to run or speed walk for 45 minutes without stopping? And the next thing is balance training, because that is very important as we get older and we want to hold on to the vitality, unleash the very best that we've ever been in our entire life. So I'm excited, you all, because I have some special guests with me, and they are going to let you know too how they were able to unleash the very best. We've got Gail in the building. Gail is in the building. We've got Sherry's in the building, and we've got Latoya. You guys, they were just up at 6 a.m. With me. We did a workout really quickly, and then we got here, because that is what we do. We understand that there are no excuses, right, in life. All right, you guys look fabulous, and it's all about our presence. Did you guys see them already? They're looking great. You're looking vivacious. Hello, welcome to the stage. I'm going to start over there with Gail. Gail, how are you feeling? Gail, you have been a part of the award-winning Lifestyle Vitality Challenge, this 4-month journey, and I have to say, Gail, you've been putting it down on the fitness floor. I'm loving what you're doing with your nutrition. But go ahead, take it away, Gail.
Oh, Dr. Tanjie Brewer is one of the coolest people on planet Earth, everybody. She is absolutely a true gem, an absolute gem. This has been such a blast, you guys. You can't miss the next one. Whatever you do, don't miss it. I'm so excited because I'm not going to lie to you. I had gotten to a place where I was really seeing a decline in my body, really seeing a decline. Now, have I always been relatively healthy? Yes, relatively. Relatively is a good word. But once you get the information that we're getting on a weekly dose, we not only get the cookbook and the exercise and the information from Tanjie, we also have been listening to all these speakers. And for me at my age, I needed new information. I had to have a brand new fresh start. I had to have a brand new roadmap. It was time for a roadmap change. You know, you come to that corner and you're trying to decide, do you go left, do you go right? The Lord opened up the roadmap and made me take a U-turn. I was like, oh no, baby, we're going to go back to when you really were vital, but we're going to do it differently than you did when you were young. And you're going to be young the rest of your life. And that's where I'm at right now. I will be turning 70 July 11th. And I am so I feel so strong. I was doing a live the other day and I said something about, oh, I was getting so warm. I had this t-shirt on. I said, I can't wait to get the guns out, you know. But I will tell you that in my age bracket, one of the things that I see happen to women across the board, they stop taking good care of themselves. They're so busy doing for everyone else. That's what we do. That's what we do, right? We're supposed to do that. Yes, we are supposed to do that. But we're also supposed to take that time and take care of ourselves, because we don't have anything to pour from if we don't fill this up. And so Tanjie's been pouring into all of us. There's a whole bunch of us. And these two gorgeous girls are like stars. And I can tell you that one of the things that my husband has enjoyed so much. One, I'm back in the kitchen for the first time in 10 years.
Woo!
And I'm not going to go into that because there's some unpleasant language that would have to happen to tell you that fun story. It's really funny. Well, I've been in the kitchen. He's been on vacation. He hung up his little apron and he doesn't have to do a thing if he doesn't want to. That's been number one. But more fun than that has been his favorite room in the house, which is the bedroom.
Woo!
So that, I'm just going to tell you that, and age has absolutely nothing to do. You would have to come in and cheer on that one, wouldn't you? You and every other guy out there. I know what you love, and it's been so fun because one, and I'm not saying this to be disgusting in any way. I'm saying this that there is so much vitality from what we're eating. I'm making these salads. I wish I would have bought the darn thing in here. It's this big, and it's got 16 vegetables in it, and we eat one huge bowl twice a day, along with all the other things we're implementing. I'm telling you, your mind, your body, your spirit, everything gets revitalized when you're feeding this machine what it really needs. And what it really, really, really needed was a whole new vamping on the eating. 80% of my meal is all fresh.
Yes. Let's talk about that, Gail. I want to talk about that, Gail. You guys, doesn't she look so fabulous? Can you believe? Oh my gosh. Look at that vivaciousness. And you guys, Gail, she just talked about it, which I love. The intimacy in the area of the bedroom has gone to another level because unleashing the best that you've ever been. You ever hear people say, well, wow, I felt that kiss like I was 17 again, like I was 25 again. You should be feeling a kiss like that all the time. Your body should feel electric. You should desire intimacy more now in your later years than you did when you were that age. You don't have to lose that desire. How you fire that desire is what? Helping this body. And you can, within the area of food. And what Gail said is that she's changed the environment of her body because many people are walking around with acidic environments and it's blocking the desire, right? For more intimacy and all of that. So Gail, that has been tremendous. Thank you for sharing. We'll definitely hear from you again. Yes, Tanya on Clubhouse, she's saying, yes, Gail, you look amazing. So you absolutely do. All right, we've got LaToya now that's in the building here. LaToya, your journey, incredible, you all. That LaToya has now, this is your second time. LaToya won the first challenge. But what I want to say about LaToya is she is empowering others, you all. She is now, after the challenge, she got her own personal training certification. And you got to tell the age that you are, LaToya, because you guys, they are turning back the hands of time. You too can release the best that you.
I am. Hi. Good morning, everybody. So just last month, I turned 53. And yeah, and amen. Keep them coming. So yes, and Tanjie is God sent, as Gail has said, and this challenge for me, I participated last year. I joined again this year happily, and my tip would be to just stay intentional, to find your purpose, and once you do that, just set some little goals and meet them. Set another one, meet it, set another one and meet it, and you'll be surprised what you find out about yourself. I found out that I found my authentic self by going through this challenge that Tanjie has, and it's been a game changer for me, and my energy level has been off the charts. I don't throw that energy in the bed like Gail. I throw it in the gym. But I'm using it right, and I'm sharing, and I'm loving how it is addictive. It's a healthy addiction, and the eating has to be intentional. The grocery shopping list, it has to be intentional. My husband has watched me, and now he's on board. Our refrigerator is full of greens, vegetables, and fruits, and we're loving it. And I say just show up for yourself, and in your foods and in your clothes, show up in the world. I no longer leave my house just throwing on anything. I intentionally put on things and show up for the world, and show up for Toya for a change.
Yes,
And
you
and, I,
guys
and
hear
I'll
that?
never go back.
I love it. I love it. And that's one of the things we focus on too, because being stylish and fit is very important, right? How we show up, how we wear our purpose, how we wear our clothing too, the colors that we wear. And I remember with Latoya, we went through every piece in your closet, Latoya, during the challenge, and we got rid of over 80% of your clothing that you were not wearing that was conducive to you. And I actually had a designer that designed Latoya a power dress because she was a winner. And she thought, okay, let me show these legs now. Let me wear my color. Let me embrace my power color. And so you are stepping out with fire. So I will encourage you all to make sure that every time you step out, that you are looking fierce, that you are looking on point, and that you are doing it in your own individual style. Like Latoya said, she's doing it in Latoya style. And we're going to throw some fire, Latoya, for you, because we want you to light it up in the bedroom too, girl. Light it up in the bedroom. All right. We got Sherry Bates in the building. Sherry Bates has been putting it down. I'm just going to throw out the squat. I mean, you guys are weird. We just incorporated the slam ball into our workouts, and Sherry is picking up that ball with squats and her quads and her glutes, and she's working it. Those legs are like fire. I see you, Sherry. What is up, Sherry? What can you say to the listening audience before we let any of the others chime in from the outside audience today? Go ahead, Sherry, chime on in. Great to see your beautiful face.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Tanjie. Okay, Tanjie is a transformational leader. Anytime she's in the room, I want to be there. She's always bringing the best energy. And every time I hear her, I get more about going and where I want to be. So I am so grateful for her. Just the opportunity to be a part of this challenge. Learned so much every time we talk. There's something different. So the biggest thing for me has been my kids. I have 3 daughters. And after 25, your energy level at some point starts to go down, but not me. My energy level is going up. I have a 5-year-old that I have to keep up with. And so it's been great. I feel better. I feel more energized. I can go out and jump on a trampoline with her a little bit longer now. I used to go out and be like, okay, 5 minutes. That's all we got, Livy. But
I love it.
For 30, 45 minutes, and it's another means of me to be more physically fit. So it is exciting. This journey has been great. My girls are starting to even notice, although we were somewhat healthy, we weren't as intentional as we needed to be. And so now we are more intentional, and we see the value in it. And they're like, Mom, I see you. You're looking better. You're looking good. And they were like, oh, you're showing a little tummy now. Also, I feel more confident about my body. And so it's just, It's a great journey. And it's just about overall health, mental, physical, spiritual, the whole man. And that is what Dr. Tanjie is about. And that's what I love about her so much. So just being fit overall and being consistent in the journey, that's all thing for me. Like I'll start and then I'll be like, oh, well, I think I'll try something else, and because I'm not feeling this today. But it makes a difference whenever you do the right thing all the time for your body and your environment. You can tell the difference. And so when you go back to doing eating the wrong foods or not exercising, it makes you feel terrible. And so it's a great reminder that having the environment healthy and strong and healthy way, it's amazing. It's a game changer.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Sherry, with your three beautiful girls that you have, and at this age, to see you feeling better, right? And so again, everybody, you too can feel better than you did at age at the age you are now. You can feel the same that you did even back when, right? And even better, you have the ability to unleash the very best that you've ever been. I'm excited because we're about to have a big reveal here in Chicago. It is going to be a wellness production. These ladies will be flying in from all over the world, and we're going to have dancers and singers and the art. We're going to tell the story of revealing health and wellness in a very entertaining way. You've never seen a production like this. There's no one doing it like the way that Stylish and Fit is getting ready to put it down here in Chicago for the first time. I'm excited. We got a lot of players. We've got Karen's on Green. She's one of the top vegan wellness coaches here in Chicago. She was on Oprah 3 times. She's going to be doing the food. We got just a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of people that's going to be a part. So we're pretty excited about it. All right, Ramon, are you there, darling? We're going to see if we have anybody from the Clubhouse Twitter, anybody who wants to speak from the other audience. Would love to hear from you right now. Ramon.
Hey, Dr. Tanjie,
You're looking pretty vivacious. It looks like you had a good energizing meal. You're carrying your torch this morning. You carrying your torch, Ramon? You're feeling good? You had your water this morning?
I do feel good. I'm in a different environment. I know there's no excuse for Dr. Tanjie, but a little different environment. But yes, overall, I feel great. And I must say, Dr. Tanjie, the ladies you have shown here of what normal health looks like, as I've heard from some of your peers in the industry, we get older and we're like, I feel better. But some people have told me, Dr. Tanjie, that it's normal, that the rest of us are feeling below margin. So when we feel regular, we're like, so you have shown, Dr. Tanjie, wow, seeing these ladies is like jaw dropping, knowing that their age and how they feel is amazing. Dr. Tanjie, you do it. And up next, by the way, we're not going to have Scott yet, but Scott Simon to be on the Clubhouse side. So Dr. Tanjie, if you want to go there, he's a person who exemplifies, in fact, what you're saying. He won't be on video, but in a few minutes, we'll jump on Clubhouse. But meaning my point, when you eat well, Dr. Tanjie, and you work out, for sure. So let's get 1 or 2 comments in, Dr. Tanjie, before we move on fully to Clubhouse. But we'll pause here. Clubhouse side. Anybody want to unmic? Please.
I do. It's Mary Lynn. Go. Oh, my gosh. It's so amazing. Dr. Tanjie, so, I have had some injuries, and I'm 54. And the thing I was saying like a couple years ago is that it's like a cruel trick that the younger your spirit feels as you get older, sometimes your body betrays you a bit. But I have found through I'm going to do that salad, get that book, I do believe that the food can be medicine, and I am learning that, and I am making some habits. So I appreciate you bringing on some girls my age. I think we feel younger as we get older.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mary Lynn, for that comment. And yes, you certainly can feel younger as you get older. Remember that scripture in the book called Bible that Glenn Lundy likes to say, that God renews our strength like the eagles, but we've got to want it to be right. And there has to be action behind it, because faith without works is dead. So you're doing the work, Mary Lynn. And it's so great to hear your lovely, gorgeous voice this morning. Continue to rock your purpose with vitality.
Dr. Tanjie, amazing. All right, let's take 1 or 2 more shares. Who else wants to join us?
It's Pastor Jeff.
Good morning, this is Tracy.
We'll go Pastor Jeff first and then Tracy. Pastor Jeff, go.
I'm going to yield to Tracy.
I know, but Pastor Jeff, go. And then Tracy, go, Pastor Jeff, go.
All right, Dr. Tanjie, thank you so very much for the information and the uplifting. I want to say that you and the ladies are looking absolutely exquisite, and that's enough motivation for not only the other ladies, but for the men as well, to begin to eat right, to get that energy, especially as we go into the finer parts or 8 times of life. And I want to just ask Ramon really quick here. Ramon, did you get some coffee yet? And how many cookies have you eaten this week? Back to you, Dr. Tanjie.
Well, I won't answer the cookie question right now because I won't say it to everyone, just between you, Pastor, because of where we are right now, like certain people who are watching me. So I'm not going to talk about the cookies right now. But as far as the coffee, which I will say, I did. I had a cup of coffee yesterday, but not quite yet. But I will have that in about 5 minutes, Pastor Jeff. And it won't be Cafe Bustelo, it'll be Starbucks. But thank you for asking, Pastor Jeff, indeed. Tracy, jump on in, and you will be our last comment. And then Dr. Tanjie, I invite you to kind of close us down on video, and then we're going to turn on Clubhouse to Scott Simons. But Tracy, please talk to Dr. Tanjie and her guest.
Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Dr. Tanjie. I just want to say
Congratulations to all the ladies. I'm out here walking right now, and I feel like running a marathon after listening to you, Dr. Tanjie. So
Yes.
I am definitely motivated to keep walking and keep doing what I'm doing. And I just want to thank you for what you shared this morning, and congratulations to the ladies. Keep up the good work.
You as well.
Thank you, Tracy. Dr. Tanjie, I'll give you the final word. Great to have you here, Dr. Tanjie. Give yourself a shout out and let people know where to find you, the challenge. Summarize that one more time for us. I say, everybody, we're here on the Breakfast with Champions show with Dr. Tanjie and her guest. Dr. Tanjie, mic is yours.
Hello. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And thanks, Tracy, for that comment. Remember to continue to even take it fast. You get that pep in your step and keep it going. You're doing tremendous. All right, you guys, you can find me at stylishandfit.com. Also, if you are interested in coming and experiencing one of the greatest productions, the wellness productions that you've ever been to, it's going to be sure to keep you on the edge of your seat, and you're someone you're in the wellness industry and you want to be a part, you want to bring your health and wellness product or something to the conference, make sure you go ahead and tap in with me at stylishandfit.com or send me a message at stylishandfit@gmail.com. I'm also on Instagram at stylishandfit_. Give me a follow. Let's stay connected. I've got another challenge starting. This challenge is going to be over soon, but you can definitely chime on in and get into the next one so that you too can unleash the very best you've ever been. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Latoya. And thank you, Sherry. And over to you, Ramon, the hostess with the mostest. We love you, Ramon.
Oh, I love you right back, Dr. Tanjie. You bring the best guests, and thank you, Dr. Tanjie, for being here today. Appreciate you so much, so much, so much as we continue on with the Breakfast with Champions show. Thank you, Dolan, for doing amazing camera work. And this is our final live video like this of the day on the Breakfast with Champions show. I'm going to end this live. Actually, Dolan, if you can, we'll end this live broadcast right now. I'm going to transition to Clubhouse for about 2 seconds and join my friend